These puns are getting parabolically worse as time goes on.
I think that's all of them. Oh, I guess we could like. Well, they can swoop a little bit lower though. We can go with I don't know T-bird. T-bird pun. Bam!
We're revolving around this too much.
Yeah, let's move into this match. We've got Game Master Tom facing off against Frosty. And we've got Popper, we've got a Chakram, and Dragon on Tom's side. So that's a very well-rounded loadout for Min Min. Dragon Chakram, of course, being the arm and Dragon Arm tool to put on Min Min, which pretty much makes her the most win-win she could be. Frosty going to be going in with his default loadout, sticking to his guns. We've got Coolering Hydra in place right now for this first bout.
Yeah, with the elements that these arms are rocking on Frosty's side and the fact that Hydra can multi-hit, he should have no issue once he hits Tom of actually getting that Dragon Arm down. And I think that'll prove crucial with that giant Chakram that's going to be able to swat Frosty out of the air if he doesn't plan his jump angles correctly. Tom, though, is bullying him out of getting close. Just keeps throwing that Chakram and Dragon in tandem and laying a minefield down. Yeah,
this is going to be a really tough one for Frosty. Especially with us starting off with a hefty perfect there too. Tom kind of his loadout isn't leaning too hard either way. He's got good range coverage with a dragon and with the dragon in place to kind of set up really good snipes and pokes. And then the Chakram, even when it doesn't have the dragon arm, it's still fairly decent at mid to close range. It's just a lot slower at long range, but complementing a dragon, it's good synergy. Like, this is a well-synergized loadout that Tom is rolling with. And he's going to be able to synergize right into Frosty's face with 355 damage.
Yeah, on top of what he's rocking with his arms, Min Min's speed is going to kind of make up for the slower playstyles these arms that he's rocking have, where they don't have the fastest extension and even slower retraction. But with Min Min's lean frame, quick speed, and amazing air dash, like, he is playing super evasively and has all the space to do it with.
A lot of it too, just if Tom gets like the dragon's a little difficult to aim on Kid Cobra, but it's also a great setup for wherever Kid Cobra is landing. Like if you can call out where he is dropping and you put a dragon beam there, guaranteed knockdown, guaranteed damage. He can't block, he can't box it. So the only option is for them to fall down and sit right onto a beam and take some damage, which we saw Tom utilize to be able to get one of his knockdowns, get that Dragon Arm back up and rolling, and claim a pretty good first point off of that.
Yeah, you can tell he's got a lot of matchup knowledge against Kid Cobra. I mean, it's one of the harder matchups for any player to learn, because you think if you can just attack him before he gets up in the air, you're going to shut him down. But if you do that, the snake will bite. You have to punish as he's coming down. When he's going up, he's just too slippery of a snake.
Indeed. With that is going to be the first point setting for Tom. We got our bands in place. I think we'll have them in just a moment. And heading in, I'm curious to see what Frosty's going to try. I'm either expecting medium, moving away from the Cool Rain. The Hydra probably is going to stick. It's a really good guaranteed knockdown. The Slamamander's probably going to have a better boxing capabilities and might contend a bit better with what Tom's going through. It's not easy, but knowing how to use a Mander really well it really changes up the meta for a lot of matches. Because a lot of people forget about it.
Yeah. I like Tom's stage bans a lot, banning Sparring and Buster. I think that Frosty really wanted to get a stage where he can just corral Tom in and not give him side-to-side movement to get away. And taking out those smaller stages is going to be something that will benefit him a lot. With Via on the table, though, I don't know if Frosty's going to want to go there because Cobra's also just kind of everybody hates Via.
Min Min doesn't. Min Min gets a free Dragon Arm at the start of the match. And if he's going in with a Dragon Arm Chakram and he's got a dragon on the side, it's just a long hallway that Frosty has to play the long range game to get close enough to be able to start playing against that. If he does, he's got some good options. But seeing how Temple Grounds worked so optimally for Tom, I don't think Vi would be safe. I'm honestly going to go with my gun and say Scrapyard might be one of his better picks because there's a lot of angles and movement and there's the pillars and you can go aggro really well there and there's a lot of space for you to be able to dance around your opponent's setups and trying to zone you out to find your way in and start poking them out. I want to see Scrapyard.
I want to... Oh, he did pick Scrapyard.
Yo!
Yo! Man, yeah, to me, though, like, picking Scrapyard is feels bad, man. Like, especially against Min Min when she gets such a free time running around. This was a hard stage pick, I imagine.
We'll have to see how it turns out. Vestboy in chat, hello to the fabulous organizer who's helped get this whole thing rolling and running. Many thanks to you.
Looks like Tom has ditched that chakram. He's going to go for the popper instead. Give him a lot more management of his space up front. And he's doing that with the dragon here. They're both up on the top platform. If Frosty tries to go down, he will definitely find himself at the end of that popper. So he's kind of confined to this little area.
It can be a little bit easier for him at the same time because when that Dragon Arm Popper is charged up, it is always a single bullet, which means the Hydra Coolrain have a very easy time outboxing it. It's a big body that can be easy to get caught in, but if you just focus on fighting back against that Popper, you will have a much easier time against it.
Oh, man, I think these pillars are actually benefiting Tom a lot right now. He's got Frosty pinned between them, goes for the Winyabuki, is able to get it, continues the chain right there. No refresh, but he doesn't really need it. Frosty's down to the last sliver of his health. Anything's going to take him out at this point.
Frosty just looking for the knockdown, finally gets something, but he goes for the grab, and Tom is going to safely capitalize with the good old double punch wall out.
Yeah, that book must have hurt because that was a hard read right there. Very good stuff by Tom.
We do see
Frosty
another Dragon Arm.
On the top platform.
We do have Rush ready on Frosty's side. He just needs to get close enough or get that Dragon Arm away with the Coolrain. And the chase is on to try to prevent Tom from getting that. You see hesitation, caution because of that dragon.
Oh, there we go. He hadn't been jumping very often, but when he decided to, it really counted. Was able to get the 1-2, knock down the Dragon Arm. Almost followed up right there, but it hit the wall right before it hit him. Gets poppered right there, and now Tom is free to move in. Can't get too close, though. With Kid Cobra's ability to control space like that, he gets the rush off.
That's some heavy damage. Tom just above critical. Frosty still just above half health right now. Another Dragon Arm charged up, but with this open spacing, it's just a lot easier for Frosty to be moving around. He does need to be make a lot more aware of that poppers. It's starting to poke him down a lot. Another knockdown. Frosty just needs one more hit to take the round, and he's gonna balance it out.
All right, yeah, when he started showing that caution about timing his jumps properly, he was really starting to shine. I think he got a little too confident there in the middle, but was able to corral himself back in. However, Min Min on Scrapyard is able to get a free Dragon Arm, so Frosty's already starting the match off at a disadvantage.
He's got to contend with the Chakram now as well, which is going to be much more fearsome than that Popper was, especially when it's just that big, beefy body. You can see Frosty already struggling to try to play it around. He did get a knockdown before. He needs another one before he can really start making things work. Out comes the rush. No dodging that one.
Oh, gets the drag at the very end for 375. Just keeps the setup going. No free wake-ups in this match. Gets the rush off, but drops it halfway through. Only 315.
Oh,
no. Kill. Yeah, that just pinned him down to one area, like a thumbtack on a board.
You really have to be equipped and prepared to counterplay a Min Min with Chakram Dragon Arm. Like Dragon Arm in general is difficult to play around, and you do need to respect and be aware of what's going on. But like that's a slice above the rest. Like it is no easy feat to be able to try to contend with that.
Yeah, you almost have to commit to not moving until the very last second. And even then, with that big old like planetoid coming towards you, you really have to understand how every frame counts.
All right, Hannah, let's quickly move into the next round because there's a lot of players already ready. And we need to make a choice.
Ooh, I like Kumo Luna. I like Ripha Vert. I don't dislike anything. Okay, I'm not going to make a choice right here. Wait, Grim Piper is a big rivalry between the two. That could be fun.
That could be. I was looking at Kumo Luna as well, though, so let's hit that one up.
I think that's another one, like another match that's been happening quite often recently. Because if I remember, there was a Save Arms, I think that happened. I think there was another one. I feel like I've seen Kumo Luna be a matchup a lot recently.
Well, we're going to be seeing it just one more time.
I think usually Luna comes out on top of that one. Though Kumo, for some reason, does a lot better when he just like says screw it and equips double heavies against a ribbon. So if he does that from the start, I'm gonna be happy.
Who does Kumo play?
Cobra.
Okay. Yeah, I can get that. Max girth heavies against a ribbon girl. Especially since a lot of ribbons really focus on only punching on the ground and they're really focused on movement and not really bringing out the shield. Pretty much means that in a lot of cases, if you just throw on double heavy, you just pump through your opponents.
Yeah, I like to call him the Spaghetti Man because he loves running double meatball. Lockjaw is his baby.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's see if we can.
But hopefully he doesn't
them.
spaghetti this one up. Luna has been experimenting with a lot more characters recently. He's kind of ditched the coil and kind of gone back to the ribbon roots, but mixes a twin tail on for harder matchups. So I'm curious what he's going to be bringing. So with these two, I think there's a tug of war right here between adaptation, and I think usually Luna is the one who tries a lot more crazy things than Kumo.
Luna is capable of some very crazy things, though. Like, I know usually we see a lot of Luna with Ribbon Girl, though I've also seen Luna Coil, Luna Twin Tail. Like, there's a lot of flexibility in the character picks that they have ready.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Luna, like, just pick up, like, a set that totally belongs on a different character and just slap it on his Ribbon. Like, something very, like, spring-centric on Ribbon could be super fun to watch. Like, something just out of left field. I mean, with his playstyle, he plays a lot more grounded than most Ribbons do, especially after that rework that happened to her. So if he is playing something that's more ground-based, like, I guess, I don't know, a Scorpio would be really fun to see on Luna.
Alright, so it looks like they're actually already knee-deep into their match, so we're gonna have to find somebody else.
I think Ripha and Vert have not started. I'm just, like, paging through the arenas right now, and it looks like they haven't started quite yet.
Alright, we'll do Ripha and Vert then.
They're in... Which one are they in? 4, I think. Let me grab them real quick.
I can just do this. Bam! We got it.
I was trying to phrase something, like, so eloquent and just asking them very politely. I like that. I like your style a lot there.
I know. I've talked to Ripha enough. He's done all my stuff. He knows me, and it's also for it's like I can. Sometimes you can be. It's important to be formal with the people you don't have good relationship with, but the people that are like, y'all know each other and y'all fine with things. Just play the game that you love. You can come in and be a butthead and be like, here's the code, Streb. Like, I don't even spend the time getting the A in there.
Bo, Ripha Misongo? I know this has been a thing. I've seen salt about this thing, but I haven't actually seen it in action before. See, Vert sticking with... Oh, a little bit of an inversion of the Vert Classic. I saw that Chalkerman thought we were sticking with it, but instead he's going to be dragging that revolver along. Ripha going to be using the Chilla and the Phoenix. A very standard set, but one that could work wonders on Blue Mask Misongo for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ripha's actually been putting a lot more focus into his Misongo rather than his Ninjara recently. I know a lot of it is just he's starting to come across a lot of people who, when they play against his Ninjara, just really know the matchup to how he plays specifically. and wall out his Tri-Blast Ice Dragon. So he's looking for a new option, and Masango is taking a very big shine on him as he is starting to pull off some very high-level things and just moving around exceptionally, utilizing these masks like a master. And we're going to see an excellent bait and punish right there for 320.
Okay, he gets the yellow mask back on, so even though he just burned his rush, he should honestly have one before the next round begins if he plays this right defensively. Vert trying to charge in, though, knocks down the Spirit Mask, able to get a stun off, gets the Toaster follow-up, has Ripha pinned into a corner, and is not letting this man breathe!
The chase is on. Ripha finally finds a little chance to step back. We get a freeze on Vert, and he's going to drop the shield just as the Chilla comes in for a second time, giving Ripha that first point. Away goes the revolver, and once again, we are going to be seeing ourselves at play with a Chakram.
Yeah, I think Vert saw, hey, that close-up game worked. What if I had nothing but close-range game the entire match? So far, he has been able to close in, gets the rush off. Has to be careful of the Siki, though. That could really ruin his day. Ripha with the yellow mask. Now Vert cannot burn that rush.
But he doesn't need to. Nice grab!
No!
He's gonna keep this chase going, looking to try to keep the hunt on Ripha. Chakram is doing his job. But he's going to drop his guard down with that grab, and Ripha capitalizing with a heavy blast from the Siki.
Ooh, it was a blast so nice he did it twice. Punished the wake up again. Does manage to get the Toaster right down the middle. Held relatively even.
Yo!
Oh my god! Swats it out of the air and puts him down.
And that's going to bring the score 1-1.
That's a brutal fly swatting. Oh my gosh.
The vertical H. Ah, yes, my apologies. Yeah, let me do that right now.
Ripha starting off very strong, gonna get the freeze, just followed up with the immediate grab, go into Red Mask, tries to get a follow-up with the grab, not gonna happen. Invert with against the Red Mask, looks a little scared. He only has one arm, excuse me, that's gonna be able to take advantage of it, but he is able to force Ripha out. Ripha back with another rush. Looks like he's going to try to use it right here. Does land it. Vert trying to get out of the way, but not able to in time. And a yellow mask being adopted afterwards once again. Ripha backing away as fast as he can. Even though he doesn't have the speed of Ninjara, he still has the muscle memory and the capability to get out. Oh, Vert able to punch the pillar and get the rush to continue it. Ripha down to the last sliver of his health. Gets the stun into grab, and it will take him out. Vert takes game one.
Vert starting off with a very strong set of plays after Ripha just really taking him down in that first round, just bringing it back. And Chakram doing what Chakram does.
Yeah, emphasizing his close range game over a more general game plan really worked out for Vert there. If something is your bread and butter, why not just freaking spread it everywhere?
The other thing too is like starting off the way he did, it might not have worked out too well, but it also gave him a good opportunity to feel things out and be like, okay, so I've got a good option for defensive play and I've got a good aggressive play. And we're going to kind of dance around and see how this feels. And then once he starts to get close and be like, oh, right, this is working really well. I should lean harder into this. And then he switched over to Chakram. And he's like, ah, yes, I remember this wins.
No, honestly, it was the name change. It was all the name change. It just wasn't vibing with his power.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Ripha gonna don the blue mask to start things out. Gonna just evade all of these punches. Is forced out of it by Vert. Looks like he might get another one up though shortly.
Yo!
Oh, doesn't actually go for it and goes for the grab punish instead. Now choosing to adopt that red mask. Vert not gonna be able to close in as well. But Ripha does drop the mask again. And a tit for tat, a grab comes out from Vert.
Looking for a chance to go in for more damage, parrying through all these hits, and the Toaster just boxing its way through, giving Chakram way to another grab confirm. Ripha now at half health, has rush ready, Vert just about ready with a grab rush of his own. He's gonna take 160 from another grab though, and now yellow mask on, means that Vert has to look for a confirmed knockdown before he can go in for Ripha. Otherwise this yellow mask is gonna just tell him no! And he's gonna lose everything.
Yeah, I definitely see what he was going for, thinking at a close range Ripha wouldn't have enough time to press the funny yellow Dorito. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily a matter of catching someone off guard, it's a matter of having the exact same brain blast at the same time.
Granted, it also really doesn't help that when you press the rush button, the game pauses and is like, hey, look at this thing that's happening. So Ripha literally only if he's mashing that rush button, as soon as he sees that, he pretty much is guaranteed to get the shield out in time.
Vert realizing that on a stage that's a lot lengthier and a lot more open than the Buster Beach was, maybe double glove is the way to go. Will help him hold down a lot more of the fort at the same time. Ripha, though, is still playing very evasive. Being glove spammed is nothing new to seasoned ARM players, and a lot of people have developed the muscle memory to get around it.
Starting things off, both players holding about even. Vert holding a light lead, a nice call out on the rush. It is going to force a little bit of space, but the grab is going to remove that spacing.
Yeah, God, remember how people said if you're still falling for grab tactics in 2020? Man, he's doing so good with that. The Misongo pillar in the wrong space, not gonna be able to protect him. Both of them going for grab. Right, tries to go for the punish, but Misongo able to get behind the pillar, set one of his own up, and protect himself absolutely.
Puts on the red mask. It looks like he's trying to just... If he can pressure Vert well enough with that on, it can be very dangerous. But we are talking about a deflect character here with double toasters, so it can be very easy for Vert to get that charge and make any charge hit connect.
Oh, Ripha does have rush right now. I don't think it's quite gonna kill yet.
That's gonna be
close, though. It's gonna put him down to last hit.
That could be anything from 1 to 2 hits. If he gets any heavy hit on Vert, though, he will be out. Magic Pixel time. Phoenix was not enough, but the second Phoenix will be, and the score is brought to 1-1.
Oh my gosh, Phoenix really did not want to miss out on greeting Vert right there. Holy crap, holy man.
I know somebody in chat noting how good Chakram looks. Chakram's always been good. It is Chakram. They've nerfed that thing to the ground and it raises back up like Master Mummy himself and continues to plow through brackets.
Yeah, I don't know the usage stats. I don't know if anyone's comped them before, but like, I genuinely think in top 8s, it's the most used arm. It is used so often. Maybe like Toaster or Roaster might be above it, but it's used so frequently, and it's still so hard to learn the dang matchup against.
It's because it covers everything so well, and most characters who utilize the Chakram, they have enough ground movement speed that they're throwing out the Chakram, you're like, oh, so I just block it and then I go in for the punch. They've got another arm to protect themselves still, and in a lot of cases, even past that, their movement just allows them to dance around a lot of your attacks, so it's just dicey. We're gonna
Ripha in the red mask right here. Very up close scenario the entire map. And Ripha's just laying into him. Just keeps pounding him back to the back corner right now. Vert tries to find a Chakram opportunity, but even if that did connect, Ripha would just keep on pumping punches out. Finally gets the knockdown on him and puts him in the corner. But Ripha with that Ninjara movement looking to get away.
Red Mask is especially good here because this is a narrow hallway, which means that it's really easy to just chase and pummel your foe, which we're seeing Vert do right now. Gets the KO, and he's going to be able to get match advantage right here, just looking for one more win to be able to advance in bracket. But what I was saying before, if Ripha has Red Mask on and he gets the chase going well, that Chakram can really fall apart because then all of a sudden Ripha's only worried about the Toaster. That said, if there's no Red Mask, then the Chakram's exceptionally scary still. Oh, a nice rush attempt, and it's gonna stick!
Man, there's such a temptation to get stylish when you see an opponent's rush whiff and go for a super duper high punish. But sometimes it can just be your downfall, and that allowed Ripha to reset back up. Vert having to approach him, and keeping Vert on the back foot has been where Ripha does the best this entire tournament. So keeping him in this corner is going to be the crux of Vert's game plan.
We're continuing on with the chase, currently at a light health deficit, but he's slowly backing Ripha back into the corner, takes advantage of that double punch, and he's going to go in for a 310 rush, immediately looking to try to corner him out and start getting this chase. Made an attempt to bait out the rush, and he's just going to follow up with the Chakram instead. This time.
Oh! Well, that was one of the most interesting rush attempts and follow-ups I've ever seen. I don't really know what else to say about that other than nice.
Ripha trying to, like, Vert was able to bait it out effectively. Ripha tried to bait something else on top of that, but he's not going to have the chance to be able to, as Vert was able to just that time chose to patiently wait and shield, managed to keep his health going strong, and he's going to carry things out with a KO and claims the match point, advancing to the quarterfinals to face off against HanukkahJamboree.
Oh god, double chakrams in that match? Oh boy, oh boy. I will say though, chakrams usage is definitely in the eye of the person in advantage. Like whoever, if you're in advantage with chakram, it's such a beautiful arm, man. You can just plink people around all the time. But if you're in disadvantage, that thing's throw angle is so awkward to work with. It's really good for whoever's in advantage over the chakram player to have their opponent with that arm.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looking at the brackets right now, we do have Vert moving on to face off against HanukkahJamboree in the quarterfinals. We've got Astro against Luna. Asqew will be either facing off against Steel or Gillyboat. That one's to be determined. And Grim is going to be against either Twind or Tree. I kind of want to see Asqew versus Steel or Gilly. But what are you thinking?
Old seasoned players. Genuinely, I don't think there's a bad matchup on here.
What are you talking about? They're all bad matchups for somebody.
That's true. The George one especially. Ugh. But Grim Twin could be really interesting. A battle of who wants to take who to. Like, do you dare to go to Buster or not? That'd be a really fun one to watch, I think.
It could be. Oh, we're waiting on those two regardless. So I'll just have to see how it'll probably be one of those two that we'll be going with. So let's wait things out and let the decision come. Just gonna make a note on that.
In the meantime, thank you very much, QR, for having us for the second edition. I was really excited the first time around when this happened. Now the fact that we got to come back for a second time, like, a lot of tournaments don't give ARMS the spotlight like this, but making us a third day event with not a lot of conflict, like, I don't know if there's any other brackets going on right now. Thank you guys so much for giving us a spotlight. It always means a lot to the whole community to have a spotlight like this shown on us.
And speaking of spotlights, leading up to the end of tonight, me, Hamma, and anybody else running these events, we've got a crowdfunding meter up at the top that you can see right there. We're looking to try to collect as many donations as we can for direct relief. There's a link in chat if you just follow that one. Donations are greatly appreciated, and depending on how much you donate, you might be entered for a chance to win some of the games sponsored by game companies, such as Rivals of Aether, I believe. If you donate $5 or more, you're entered for a chance to win a Hitbox or a Smashbox. So it's like, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, worth way more than the $5 that you're putting in for it. Not to mention, it's all going to a good cause. If you have the money, please consider donating.
Looks like there was a bid war that happened noon of Saturday where Melee actually used it to determine whether or not wobbling was banned.
What did they decide on? I'm genuinely curious.
I don't know. You'll have to check the VODs for the Melee one to see how that turned out.
Yeah, hot take. I play Melee in St. Louis at locals, and we have an Ice Climbers main. Wobbling's not that bad, guys. Just don't get grabbed.
Just don't get grabbed. It's easy. Yeah. Don't get hit.
Literally just play better, idiot. That's my soapbox.
Alright, looks like Era made the call for us, and we're going to be doing Asqew and Gillyboat, who took Steel down 2-1.
Do you think he ran a Siki for that matchup? Do you think he betrayed his love?
I mean, he goes Pauper Homie Siki. I don't think he would... against Brass, he sticks with the homie because he can get high enough burst damage. He did? Oh,
Gilly.
sassy.
Gilly, are you sure you want to be on the stream with this much shame on your shoulders? Thank you, though, for confessing to the crowd.
It was the
we will
only
absolve
way.
you of your sins, but you should still feel bad about it.
I will note that this is one of the, just like how we saw the Chakram be how we've seen the Chakram be terrifying time and time again. Is this bracket just going to be us watching Chakrams? I'm fine with that.
What, as compared to every other bracket, which is us watching roasters?
Fair enough.
I'll take a change.
It is a change. We're changing it for another high tier arm, especially on, or specifically on characters that are exceptionally well with it. 2 Min-Mins and a good old Spring Man. Brass is scary.
Yeah,
he makes you do thing.
Yeah, sometimes you just do things you're not proud of against it. I understand that. Brass makes me play double glove on Lola. I hate playing double glove. I hate fighting double glove, but it's what you gotta do sometimes for the big bad man. I understand completely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like all that's left in the stages are Moz and... Crap, what's the other one? No Temple, no Buster, no Sparring. So Moz and...
Temple. No, DNA.
No, DNA. Yeah, that's right. Dan Slab. Okay, they're going to Moz, though. Genuinely, though, with Asqew's, like, emphasis on mix-ups with dash refreshes, I'm kind of surprised we didn't go to DNA. Asqew loved dash refresh.
Yeah. That also said, this is just a lot less space for Gilly to be able to do what Gilly does, and that means it's going to be a lot easier if Asqew gets advantage to keep the hunt going. I've seen this matchup before on the stage, and it is very difficult for Gilly to play around a Dragon Arm Chakram here, as that thing just walls out all of his movement options. It's such an enclosed space. So what we're going to be seeing is a lot of Gilly doing his absolute best to push Asqew away as much as possible.
Oh, gets the throw right there. Is that gonna? It's gonna send at the wrong angle to break the trampoline, which honestly I think Gilly might want to get if possible. Now he has the Dragon Arm up though, and it's gonna be so hard. Even in Shield with Super Dash, Lola has a bad time avoiding a 5 Girth Chakram, man. Oh, and with Self Explosion in the mix, it's an even worse feeling to have to get around it.
Asqew gonna have that center platform broken down. Out comes the rush. Gilly not able to bring out the shield in time. We'll give him that first point, but this also means that it's going to be a lot more difficult for Asqew to go on with the chase, as that platform means that there's no shield opportunities there. We do have the Chakram going away. We've got buff.
Yeah, that will allow him to control space in front of him a lot more easily than if he's had stuck with that Chakram. Not to mention, he doesn't really lose much in size, considering how inflated that thing gets at full girth. It is crazy large.
It does give a little bit more opportunity for the Popper and Homie to slip around these attacks, though, especially when it's uncharged. Like, it does give Asqew some nice boxing range, but it's going to be, especially during rushes, it's a lot easier for Gilly to just dodge out of the way. So far, though, Asqew managing to make some good work, but he's going to have his ankles caught by that grab, giving Gilly a little bit more leeway, a little bit more space. Out comes the rush, but that's going to be a safe and easy block. And because Asqew was high up on that trampoline, he doesn't actually get a chance to get the Dragon Arm up until just a little bit afterwards.
Hits Asqew with the same trick he tried on him, and it worked out. Gets 460 damage on the rush. Asqew down to red, and now out of health. That was really sneaky, Gilly. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's that sneak that he's gonna need to be able to take Asqew down here, as this is one of his, granted, this is most people's demons, seeing Asqew in bracket, but this is one of his major demons with what Asqew has been capable of doing against him. And Min Min Dragon Arm just being one of the toughest things for a Lollipop to contend against. Out comes the rush, that's gonna be a safe contention.
God, they keep trading this trip back and forth. Gilly started out the last round with it, ended with it, and now Asqew's gonna do it, but confirm it into a grab? Yo, with 69 on the clock, very nice.
Gotta get that classic 69, the speedrun time.
The classic 60, the vintage 69.
Asqew is known, at least in A, Asqew is generally seen as the best min-min. Definitely the best motion control player out there too. Gilly being a close second in terms of motion controls. This is a really rough matchup for Lollipop too, though, which means that it's just going to be a very difficult. Like you do watching these matches. I would not say that Gilly, like, if Gilly was more experienced in a different character, these would be so much more even. But just because of how hard countered Lollipop is by what Asqew has equipped, you don't get to see that close match as nearly as much unless Gilly really is popping off.
Yeah, weird take also. I think this might be even more of a disadvantage since Asqew is running wide grabs on motion, and that can screw with a lot of Lola's shield advantages. Like, I genuinely think motion skews this matchup, which is not something I think you can say very often.
Oh, a nice catch, recognizing Asqew looking for that dragon arm, and ended up hesitating at the last moment, getting 150 damage. And we are keeping up this safe tempo. This is what Gilly needs. He pretty much needs a perfect game to be able to contend with Asqew. And he's holding a perfect game right now. Asqew's starting to go in for the chase.
There's that side-to-side movement. You think against a curling arm, you wouldn't be afforded much leniency in how you move side to side, but he's actually able to do it. Get a rush off, and now Asqew is down to the last point of his health and actually loses it? On God? That wasn't even quick. That was so quick.
That's literally one of the few times. Like, I think that's Gilly got that. He's like, alright, I got that. Now I just have to do another perfect game against Asqew, which is going to be really difficult because we got a dragon arm already on the field. Asqew has rush ready, and he's just going in for the chase. This is not going to be a perfect game, but the homie is going to home right in and give a little bit more room for Gilly to be able to play this out.
Oh, look at the way Gilly is covering. He's going in the air quite often against Asqew to cover defensive options. But the way he's doing it is covering himself with his arms. So Asqew really can't go for the rush. He might go for it right here. Is able to land it. But that was one of the rare instances Gilly hadn't started up a bounce chain.
One more hit, and the score is brought to 1-1. Gilly will have rush advantage going into this next one. It is not... Gilly's been exceptional at lining up these shots, but it is not an easy rush to land. So Gilly's going to be looking for a very specific situation to be able to have it come out. Otherwise, once again, it's safe neutral, it's safe poking, and just making sure that Asqew does not get a single good read. Because as soon as Asqew sees that one good opportunity to get a knockdown with the roaster, a charged hit with that chakram, it can be it for Gilly. Especially if he's going to miss this rush. That's half of Asqew's health that he's going to be able to keep as a result of that. Oh, comes the rush setup. Here comes the pressure.
Yeah, Gilly tried to start up some bounce chains right there. Is able to get out of the way, but not able to avoid the 5 girth ram rush. Only 295 for him, luckily. But straights are looking kind of dire. Gets hit by the Dendy grab. Down to the last sliver. Anything will end him.
And it's going to be the chakram chopping him down. And that's going to be a 2-0 match for Asqew. Gilly with some really good plays here and there, but just like I said before, he pretty much needed to consistently be getting perfect games against Asqew to be able to make things work. And he just could not find those opportunities.
Yeah, Asqew sped up his pace even more than usual. He realized, I think, that Gilly was capitalizing on just moving and then punching when he can. So Asqew just said, okay, I guess you just can't move now, and glued him to the ground. And that's how you take care of someone running.
Alright, and it looks like we actually have our next match all set and ready. We've got Astro and Hanukkah set up for the next bout.
Ooh, all right, okay, we're gonna see another chakram in here, but not on the coil. Thank goodness, not on the, actually, unless Astro has been experimenting with that, which case, dear God, help us all.
I think Quintel would be able to contend against that, all right.
Yeah, I think with Aerial, Hanukkah love Aerial Actrosora, and I think that would be a good way to get out of it. Especially, Coil's got nothing special when it comes to her girth. So, yeah, it definitely would be more manageable. But if you're not playing with Actrosora, dear Lord, let the times end. Let Arms 2 come out. Speaking of which, Arms 2 confirm announcement later this week, possibly? Question mark? Discuss?
Are you trying to confirm an Arms 2 announcement that confirms Arms 2?
I'm trying to confirm that there will be a confirmation of Arms 2 will be confirmed this week. At least in my hope and dreams. By the way, it will not be called legs. It will be called elbows or earlobes. One of the two.
I want it to be called toesies. Toesies, because you can make it like twosies.
Are you sure you want the crowd that's gonna attract? Are
That
you
is
sure
a-
about that, Malieve?
That is a fair point. We don't want to be in Tony the Tiger's place right here. That could be really dicey, and I mean,
Yeah, no Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, if you know what I mean.
granted, what's stopping them anyways in the first place?
What stopped them from calling Splatoon Splut 2? And I don't know. They don't have good naming conventions at Nintendo for sequels. But I'm telling you, it's earlobes, and you're going to be able to customize elements with gauges. It's how it's going to work.
They, in their defense, they do a better job than Square Enix. They do a much better job.
That's true. They don't just post numbers. They don't post numbers.
That's
That's the issue sometimes.
It's either that or they have too many numbers.
Yeah, and Nintendo doesn't make a sequel to a mainline series, an MMO, yet still be a continuing work in progress that's part of the mainline. I don't know. Square Enix can do what they want.
Like, Hamma, aren't you excited for ARMS 358 over 2 days, final remix, Square B, the ultimate finale, Code 7?
Yes, and then they remake it and then put re in front of it with a colon and then just continue the name again.
Funky,
Actually,
with a funky new mode. You can't forget about the funky new mode and Knuckles.
Yeah, and it'll come with all DLC already installed that we didn't get.
That's also a part of the title. That whole sentence you just said, that's also a part of the title.
Yeah, and then they add ZX onto the end of it. Oh yeah, you're right. It's just spelled, but it's spelled out like, so when I say the word 2, it's the word 2.
Yeah.
And 358 is spelled out THREE. But then they put parentheses around the actual number 2.
My next question was going to be like, well, what's the graphic that we're going to put on the cover? But obviously, we're just going to make the graphic out of the text because we have so much of the text here that we'll just cover the entire screen on with it, and we'll make a picture out of that. I do want to also make a friendly reminder for everybody. Kid Cobra is hot. Don't forget that.
Yeah. It'll also be, the font, though, will be like that wavy rainbow Microsoft Word art. That's the front cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think I saw that Play Asia put that up on the store earlier today. We've actually just been reading off the SKU description there.
Yes, that is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's been confirmed. We're just messing with you. Go look on PlayAsia.com right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, right next to the Mario 64 remake for Switch that just has ripped off art from Mario Odyssey, but without Cappy on it.
But serious question about the Smash announcement. So we know an ARMS character's coming. Let's talk about the Miis, because they've been bringing in some really killer Mii costumes lately.
Hollow Knight would be so good. Zote from Hollow Knight specifically. He is my baby boy, and I want him so bad.
If it's not that, I want to see Madeline. Like, I want Celeste in there.
What would they put her on? Like Gunner, I guess? Or
She'd
brawler?
be a brawler.
I don't know.
She would be a brawler. Mountain climber. She's got big muscles. You saw her pick up Theo and a crystal. Like, no big deal.
Now, speaking of brawling, we got 2 close-range specialists here on the field. Astro going to be rocking the nade and the toaster. Hanukkah rocking that chakram once again with an explosive counterpart of the Tri-Blast. Running Ninjara defaults out here.
Ninjara defaults is genuinely like one of the most solid loadouts you can find in this game. They're all safe, they're all powerful, and they're all very rewarding.
Yeah, all powerful is very correct, especially if you hyphenate that.
Indeed.
Astro starting off the match with actually a disadvantage. Goes for the rush, though, on Hanukkah's punish. Gets 340 for it. It is now closing in around the pillar. Hanukkah has the rush, but against those nades, even as Twin Tail, you have to be careful.
Chakram doing some good work though, as it's just slipping around these pillars. If Astro is not blocking behind, there's a couple of cases we've seen where he's just getting sniped and poked out. Hanukkah struggling to find a chance to get that rush out. It is a shield breaker if he finds that chance, but Astro literally using every single bit of resource he has in this field. We have 4 of the 6 pillars down, and the other 2 already have some mild damage to them.
Did he drop that and pick it back up? Oh my gosh, he's his own good Samaritan, saving his own butt right there. Hanukkah closing in, though, does get the explosion on the Tri-Blast. Trying to close in, gets the rush on Astro's grab. Not able to coil out of that one, and will now begin getting closed in on. The pillar's going to save him for a second, but not for too long.
7 seconds left on the clock. Hanukkah has to get a good Chakram confirmed. That's about his only option, and with that toaster connecting, no chance to be able to be made. And Astro's going to take that first point. We do have every single pillar down, though, which means that Hanukkah's going to have an easier time going through with the hunt. Astro's sticking with those 2 arms.
Ooh, answer a question in chat. Actually, Coil is considered always grounded. Even when she's floating up above you and you can't hit her on Scrapyard, she's on the ground, I guess.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
She could be floating over the deep void of space, and your first hit would still not be a guaranteed knockdown on her. You saw her flinch right there. Actually, that would be a nice way to kind of balance. Would that balance her out? Like,
I don't know.
I feel like that would make her better.
I don't know. Balancing out for Coil's always weird because people really want to just like strip every advantage she has out of the way because we've been oppressed by her for so long. But you really, like, Coil is a character where if you take away enough from her, she will just suck.
Yeah.
She's a very delicate flower here. Though she does not look or act the part. Hanukkah trying to close in right here, but Astro always the one to make people move out of the way and abandon their game plans. Hanukkah tries to go for the rush. Coil's out of the way. Tries to go for a grab. Gets it broken, and then just gets another one afterwards.
And that tunnel vision, Hanukkah desperately keeping it up. Just feeling like if he stopped at any moment, he would get grabbed. Unfortunately for him, also means he's going to get grabbed once it ends.
Yeah, guys, the secret is just don't fight against Coil. Just ban Coil. Duh. That's the secret to fighting Coil. Or just play your Coil yourself. Duh. I genuinely, though, would be excited to see a Hanukkah Coil. An offensive Coil would be really hyped to see.
It could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. The only offensive Coil I can think of off the top of my head is, like, Chateau's Coil and...
I mean, he was the best Coil of his time.
Yeah, for sure.
Just, like, undefeated. Like, not even arguable.
But
hey,
Hanukkah's counter picks here.
Her third arm is her baby. Astro's counter picks are the 2 counter pick stages because he doesn't like those stages.
Yeah.
He likes the basic 5.
I genuinely think Coil does need invisibility on her wake up. Maybe not as long, but she has a really weak wake up game without that invisibility. Like she kind of needs a shortened version of it, but she still needs it. I've been talking to like Dart especially about like balancing Coil out for a potential sequel. And I've realized, yeah, she does need some of those gimmicks she has. They're more like, instead of strength, they're more like ways to make up for her shortcomings.
That initial boost from her dash is also like incredibly potent. Like you just tap the A button and Coil just zooms. Like she goes sonic fast.
Yeah, I think if they like gave her a little bit more of a like less friction when she's starting up a new direction after her first dash, that she'd be a little bit more balanced, but she would also control like a freaking jet bike in Mario Kart. Like it's so hard to get her feeling good and playing well.
But we'll continue seeing this one for a while as we dive right back in. Hanukkah going in Tri-Blast Chakram and Astro going in double nade. We have an explosive matchup right here.
Yeah, speaking of not feeling good, double nade is going to be really hard. Twin Tail suffers from explosion arms a lot, tries to get out of the way right there and avoid the shield break, but honestly, he might have just wanted to take it in order to refresh that arm damage because it will still be haunting him later on. His shield's still dangerously low after eating a rush.
Trying to find a way in, start getting that pressure. That knockdown is going to give him way and leads into an excellent 330 rush.
Ooh, goes for some aura cancel trickery, but Astro, always the confident and cool player, able to maintain his head and just get some nades snuck right in the middle. Goes for his rush right here, closes in. That's not going to be enough to actually catch Hanukkah, but does a massive amount of damage to his shield. It's gone and free for the taking.
Yo!
The grab, though, didn't capitalize quite soon enough.
Hanukkah with a full shield recovery. Astro quickly trying to build up another rush. Hanukkah's got to get some serious damage going on in the last 20 seconds. And he has to survive this rush that Astro has. You can see Astro going to go for a couple of greedy plays. And the nade pressure just going to cause Twin Tail to crumble.
Was he going for a parry right there on the shield? Like,
yeah, that was a perfect shield. But he just mistimed it ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's not an easy frame to hit, especially not on Wi-Fi.
Especially when it's on Wi-Fi and you've got 2 nades. Maybe 3 charged nades all coming in at your shield. At that point, even offline, it's kind of impossible.
Yeah, he naded also to not get that that rush popped by Astro. Now Astro's going to go for his own. Not going to land, not even going to feed into the shield. Doesn't want to end up getting counter rushed by Hanukkah after this is over. Oh, keeps avoiding the chakram, not able to avoid a self-explosion, but without charge on these arms, then he doesn't have to worry about it. So he's just going in with these uncharged punches, and it's working.
Just utilizing that short boost movement, going up and down, utilizing the levitation, and carrying it through. We got 300 damage on that rush. Astro getting a second set point, and is now looking for one more to take the match.
Oh, are we into best of 5 now?
Yes, we are in best of 5.
Ooh, let's go.
I will update on the lower side of things. We do have the other semifinal match on hold and ready for us. Shoutouts to Era for being a fantastic TO and helping making sure that stays all in place. It's going to be Asqew and Twin 5-0 who took his previous match 2-0. Like our bouncing Lola had a clean sweep. That means that Asqew's gonna have another Lola to face off against, which I'm sure he's all giddy and happy about. But we'll have to see how he contends against this one.
Ooh, Hanukkah telling Astro to just chill the heck out with these double chillas. Boxing pressure, contesting against boxing pressure. Astro's gonna have to really think about when he charges his arms up now. Since they got into high pressure boxing situations before with no gloves on Hanukkah's side, it's gonna be really difficult to outbox him now.
Chilla having a bit better boxing, or better stats overall in terms of retractability and speed, meaning that Hanukkah does have an advantage in terms of boxing exchanges, and you can see Astro is doing his best by abusing Coil's just camera manipulation and high-speed movements to be able to just make sure that he doesn't have to worry about that boxing dance nearly as much. But even then, these double chillas just doing some solid work and damage and gets a nice 150. Hanukkah currently holding on to a slight lead.
Astro is moving in right there. Tried to go for that thing all Twin Tails hate thinking about when you pop back up and get grabbed anyways. Tries to go for it again. Astro trying to bait into the rush. Is able to land it. Gets 320 damage. Hanukkah could die to even the splash damage. It's going to end up, though, with a nade to the gut taking her out.
Astro now on match point, looking for one more victory to be able to advance forward. Those chill is definitely a saucy, scary thing to contend with, but you know the saying, just don't get hit. And all of a sudden, everything is turning up beautiful gravy.
Hanukkah trying to throw out some punches, not necessarily to cut off Astro's movement, it looks like, but more to preemptively knock down those nades and give him some room to move in. If he's able to catch Astro's charged punches, he will be able to move in the time that the retraction takes. Unfortunately, though, he's not able to get it, and instead, Astro is just trapping his wake up every turn. Another grab right there after Hanukkah felt safe.
Out comes the rush, and this is going to be an easy and safe block for Astro, even avoiding a bit of additional shield chip damage utilizing that backdash. right now, this is a very unfavorable round, and it's going to be an unfavorable match as Astra will advance 3-0.
Yeah, generally you think the way to beat Coil, close her in a corner, so I'll take her to a map with all corners. Sometimes even all corners isn't enough. You gotta have room, you gotta not have room for her to move. And sparring rings walls, while short and stubby, just aren't stubby enough.
Yeah, the goal of the game there, get to a good close mid-range zone to be able to chase her down, but there's so much pressure coming in from Coil sometimes that even in that little small ring, you can't get close enough to her.
Yeah, sometimes it can be dangerous even to actually close in on her when she can just dash out of the way, manipulate the camera. You can't even touch her. It's a very sweet spot that you have to get into. It's the little top of the Hershey's Kiss. You really have to be on top of that, so otherwise it's all gonna bottom out.
Alright, I'm just looking for the lobby these two are in. Where are they?
Currently ours.
I know that, genius. I mean, chat. Yes, I can see that. Thank you. Oh, we found them. Problem solved. I'll just not hear what they have to say because they're already in this lobby.
Yeah, they'll just flash their things if it's wrong.
Yeah. I don't think they started talking yet because I'm not seeing them anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the conversations? Where's the conversations? I've looked everywhere.
Please, just communicate.
I think they were told to wait. Oh, there they go. I found them.
Where you at?
Arena 1.
Oh, I was going down from the bottom to the top. Great.
Got all this set up. Let's get things rolling again. Just a heads up for anybody who's interested too. This tournament's supported by a lot of people, and there's a lot of the ARMS community that's also going on and continue to roll even beforehand or post this. You look at that supported by screen, and you'll see a bunch of companies, teams, our own events going on through there. Check them all out. There's a lot of cool stuff. Lots of cool games, lots of cool events run in the ARMS community. We're still kicking, we're still rolling, and it's probably going to be more fun, especially once the ARMS character gets thrown into Smash. Fun times to be had.
I hope that it attracts people to ARMS. I don't know if that'll be the effect, but I'm certainly hoping, especially with ARMS 2 going to be confirmed this week. But there'll be a lot more activity in the servers, I hope.
No, we're going to get ARMS 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, but on the 3DS specifically. It's not a dead system, guys.
Yeah, on the 3DS.
No, actually, it's going to be on that news Game Gear Micro that they're releasing.
No, what about the Virtual Boy? How dare we forget about the Virtual Boy?
That's true. It has those little arm thingies on it. If they make it so you can move that around, then we could have V-arms.
Yeah, we need the V-arms. Where is that, Nintendo? Why aren't you in with the VR? I so want to get VR chat. Like, I watched Vinny stream himself doing VR chat, and especially since we're all, like, quartered off in our own little holes. It's like, it would be so nice to be able to put that on and just kind of pretend that you're near people.
I want to be an anime girl, dang it.
I'm already an anime girl, but I want to represent that through VR chat.
I want to express my love for Diva from Overwatch by becoming Diva from Overwatch. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. Diva is nice. Best character in the game. And I want to be Diva now. Era, yes, I said what I said and I meant what I meant. I want to be an anime girl 100%.
Everybody's allowed to be an anime girl if they truly want to. It's like free real estate. I mean, it's not free real estate, but be who you want to be.
It's costly real estate, but it's real estate.
You're allowed to be who you want. Show who you are inside. Just show who you. Don't forget.
You can be your Roblox OC in real life if you want to.
No, we've got Direct Relief, humanitarian aid organization fighting the spread of COVID-19, which is still going on, despite what some people in the U.S. might say to you otherwise. Their mission is to improve the lives of those impacted by emergencies. So even beyond this, they're doing their best to help on with other things. Likely other emergencies like Black Lives Matter. That's a pretty big one. Lots of things going on there. Always need support on all kinds of stuff. If you can donate like even a few dollars to this one, it would be greatly appreciated. Again, if you donate $5 or more, chance to win a hitbox or a smashbox. $3 or more, you get a chance to win one of the sponsored games that are added into the pool, which includes Rivals of Aether, I believe. I keep saying that. I should probably confirm.
I think Lethal League is one of them.
Lethal League.
Ooh, speaking of lethality, though, there's that Chakram again, everybody. Some arms, though, we haven't seen on Twin, known for this notorious Ice Dragon Biffler set. One that really turns stages with pillars into a very MOBA-like experience where you really have to pick your lane and commit to it.
Starting things off, this dragon is doing a really good job of just stalling things out, preventing Asqew from finding that time to get that dragon arm. But as with all things Min, it is only due for her to get that charge up and start hunting you down. And right now, we do see Asqew going in for some good damage, but Twin with a good Dendy grab, compliments of that Biffler, forcing him back. We've got a freeze trying to bait out the rush, and it's not going to work out as Asqew, recognizing that he needs to dash forward there and successfully connects with the Chakram.
Yeah, when Twin is able to get these hits in, he's doing a lot of the same strategy we saw Gilly employ earlier. A lot of aerial movement, a lot of quick bouncing around. That's really the key here to throwing Asqew off as a Lola, is just making sure you're always mobile, because he certainly always is.
This loadout just works. At least in this matchup, it seems to be holding up a little bit better as the Biffler and Dragon just allow him to get better angles, better positions, and that freeze just constantly messing with Asqew. Every time he gets frozen, that's a little bit extra damage that Twin gets, or just a little bit more control of the mind game that's going on. Oh, and an excellent catch!
Yeah, that
that's a Twin 5-0 classic.
Yeah, that is not only like that doesn't only look very cool, it's a true confirm. It will never ever miss if he times it correctly. It's super duper interesting, and that, while not true, was also certainly cool looking.
You could say that that was almost perfect. Because it was. That was almost a perfect. I think he took like 1 or 2 chip hits, but beyond that, that was pretty much a perfect.
I can't believe someone without a Chakram is actually winning a match. It's crazy.
What's happened to the meta?
Like there's counter picking in this game.
This meta is flawed and broken. Chakram's not winning.
Redding Guard was right.
Redding
Guard's right. Chakram's dead, boys.
What is this garbage? Astra won against Chakram. Twins currently in the lead against Chakram. Christmas is ruined.
Yeah, and it's only around the corner since today's Halloween.
Exactly. Like, it's ruined. All of these anti-Chakrams are just breaking my Christmas. Heading into our next match, though, we do have Mausoleum as a familiarity that Asqew has just seen not too long ago against Gilly. And we've also got a quick counter pick arm available. Whether we'll see it in the next rounds or so, it's to be determined, but we are going to be sticking with that Chakram and immediately going in for the throat with that first grab.
Oh! Speaking of first grabs, Twin returning in the exact same way. Another one! Guys, this Twinner is this Poppy Jr. resurrecting from the dead to get inside Twin's body. This is insanity. Gonna go for another one? Come on, go for another one here, Twin. No, not you, Asqew. I said Twin.
Hey, he's allowed to get his own grabs too. This is we are playing grabs right now. The new game made by Nintendo. Mr. Yubuki made this game called Grabs.
Yeah. God, I know Twin.
Oh, did you see that juggle?
Like clowns with these grabs. This is insanity. Another attempt right there. Not going to be the true combo that Twin was looking for. But it's going to put a lot of shield pressure onto Asqew. Another grab. God. Introspective was right. This is grabs the game.
Oh, an excellent block. If Twin just recognized that Asqew was going to dash around like that, we could have saw another grab. But he's going to get a good one too instead. And that is going to be the first. What looked very confident for Asqew, quickly turning around and going back into Twin's favor.
I guess clowns really are the weaknesses of the Americans. Jeez. Now, though, it seems like all the fun and games is over, and it's time for nothing but raw, serious punching power. Never mind, there's another one of them, boys.
Grabs are such a powerful and unexpected thing. They reset neutral. They deal so good damage. You get setups like Min Min's Dragon Arm from them. They are super rewarding, especially when you can punish them. When you're aware of them, you can also punish them just like that.
Yeah, you think by now in this match we'd have evolved into just punching all the time in order to punch these grabs down. Is not the case. In fact, this entire thing, oh, there we go. That would certainly counter a grab for 345 damage if Twin was to go for it. Instead, he's going to actually grab off the wake up. What's going on?
A lot of it is fear. Like, that Biffler is so fast that you can see Asqew. You can see Asqew is terrified of that Biffler, and he's trying to play around it because he's so difficult to play around that he's just bringing out the shield constantly because he doesn't want to get jabbed by it. But that just means that Asqew's just going to jab him down with a grab.
God, I guess the circus really is in town, boys.
One of the big, like, if we're going to quickly compare players and their loadouts really quickly for a moment, one of the reasons why Twin's loadout works so well against Asqew compared to Gilly's is because of the speed of the grab. Biffler is faster than Popper. Dragon is designed to be a long-ranged arm, and to compensate for that, they made the grab speed of the Ice Dragon really fast. Which means that Twin has incredibly speedy grabs, where Gilly's are more, they're fast, but they're more like mid-range speed fast. So it's like you can catch a couple of players off, but if you're really on top of your game, you're probably going to predict and see and capitalize and punish a lot of the Popper homie grabs. Where Ice Dragon Biffler is a whole nother can of beans. It's another level or two faster. And you'll just see Twin throw them out, get confirms, get follow-ups on a lot of these setups that allow him to get so much more damage. That said, Gilly's does have the Popper confirms, but this is just stupid. Look at these.
I thought this was gonna be a match of like a zoner being closed in by the close range killer, but instead it's Test Punch, boys. Welcome back to 2017. Oh, punches through the dragon right there. Gets a grab off of it. Twin is so anxious and ready to get his own grabs off that now he's playing in shield a little bit too much. And Asqew has shifted these grabs into his favor. Twin's not having any of it, though.
Rush is going to take this.
His side.
Either player can throw out a Rush, and Asqew throwing out the grab first is going to end up whiffing it. Just could not keep up with that Biffler. He gets good retraction by throwing the Rush and recovering immediately after having his grabber broken. But just because Twin has a Biffler to throw out, it's like you can't contend with that. You can't keep up with it. And so Asqew he lost his Rush because of that, and now Twin is going 5-0 against Asqew right now.
Yeah, he's bouncing on this boy for hours. Oh my goodness. Now Asqew has switched over to the umbrella arm. He's got the parasol now, which allows for not only a much better retraction speed if it parries something down, it also has a faster grab.
That said, it is
punches it down again. Not able to punch the dragon down though, but does barely hang on. No, he doesn't.
The big disadvantage being it's a lot slower when you throw out the grab initially, so it's easier to see and retract. Or react. And the other thing, if it whiffs, you're going to get punished probably. And that's exactly what happened there, where Twin is going to run with a clean 3-0. And we'll be advancing in brackets to face off against Astro.
Oh my God. I think now if I'm talking about arms to someone and they say, oh, literally all you do is just grab. I say, no, that's not how the game works. Like, it's so much more nuanced than that. Someone's gonna have researched and pull up this set just to shut me up. We have evidence now. Week 1 strategies have beaten out just all the optimization.
You're forgetting
that we've gone through.
how good Biffler Ice Dragon grabs are, though. Like, they are lightning quick.
Man, are we already into winners finals? We're already in the winners finals. Jeez, Rick. I guess Astro versus Twin is going to be the match to close out the winners bracket.
I think we'll see how things are going. I think I'll see what Eric feels like about it, because it could also be cool to just go down to the lower side and just watch some of those, enjoy some of those matches before we miss out on too many of those other players too. I'll also say, just as a note, any donations, any bits, any subscriptions that people drop by during this stream, because I've noticed a couple of people who don't normally drop by here have dropped by things like bits. And I'll just say right here, right now, any of those, I will directly donate. I will go 1 for 1 with those donations and bring them over to Direct Relief, and I'll donate that myself. So that includes the donation that the sub that Tom made at the start, and that's going to include the 200 bits that Crashing just gave to us right now. So thank you all very much, and yeah, I'll make sure to bring it directly to Direct Relief. Looks like we're going to be waiting for that one, so we're going to do Kumo and Ripha.
Oh, okay. The Spaghetti Man versus the guy with the fork. All right, I like to see that. I've always called Ripha Set the fork and knife. Let's see how he does against meatballs.
Alright, so I'll get things set up right here. Lower round 5, then that's quarter, semi. Yeah, we're just on the last of the comeback rounds, number 5. I don't think.
All right, I don't think we're not. Are we on best of 5 again, or
no,
is it
this
back
is
to best of 3?
This is best of 3. I think there's like one more best of 3, which is this one, and then the rest are best of 5 as well.
Okay, cool, dope, awesome, great.
Yeah, I don't have Kumo in here. Let me get him in. Where is he? There he is.
Oh, looks like we gotta talk to Twin real quick. Where the boy at?
There, I did the message.
All right, hopefully we'll. Okay, it looks like it got through. Man, Twin was playing on fire there. I certainly hope that a little bit of a break doesn't cool him down, because that was I want to see more of that. It was insanity. But with Ripha versus Kumo, two very agile and mobile characters and players. I don't expect there to be a single second or a single centimeter of distance between the two.
You know, I need to find the perfect emote for this. There it is. What stage were we going to? We're starting with Temple. Temple.
Okay, great, cool. All right, hopefully nobody has a tantrum over this temple.
Ah, I
right,
see what you
stick
did.
with the Masango. Is he going solo Masango today?
He's been going solo Masango for a while now.
Era, shut up. You liked it. I know you smiled at that.
That was a meme.
Oh, yep, there it is, the double heavies. We're going with a Megawatt and a Glusher. So good luck, Ripha, establishing any space up close against this.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very difficult thing to contend with. I'm expecting he's looking for the blue mask to be able to slip on, because once that happens, he's going to have a lot better options and a lot better speed to be able to contend. He has gone with the red mask a couple of times, though, which not sure how well that's going to work out, but it has prevented him from taking too much damage, I guess.
Yeah, I could see the bigger girth that it provides Masango being a big helpful tool here, since he will be able to catch Cobra a little bit easier. Though the blue mask is going to be what he finally is able to land. Never mind, he's going to land on the ground without it. Kumo trying to swat him out of the air, does it with a 120 damage Megawatt. God, that thing is so crazy sometimes.
Ripha trying to throw on that yellow mask to have that kind of rush advantage, be able to contend, especially since, like, if Kumo throws out his rush, Ripha's probably not going to be able to outbeat it, because it's just too big, too heavy, and 380 damage later. Kumo is currently holding a lead, and Ripha just...
Who needs to have absolute, like, actual speed and precision when you can just block out the sun with your arms? And there we go. He's certainly turned the lights out on Ripha right there. Holy crap.
It's definitely caught Ripha off guard, as he was not anticipating these two giant beefy meatballs of doom coming directly at his face. Out comes the rush. He's going to be able to safely land this one. Kumo not ready with a rush of his own.
Oh, Kumo sliding forward, trying to catch him off guard with the Megawatt. Tries to use the explosion of the Glusher to catch him out, but in the end, Ripha will escape, get the freeze. Kumo, though, unflinching, just blocks out that grab with a Megaton and is going to keep advancing forward. Has his rush. Going to use it on Ripha's landing. No way he'd be able to get out of the way. Only 285, but that's still a hefty chunk of damage.
Does also take away Ripha's masks and allows Kumo to keep going in with the chase. We do finally see another chance for Ripha to put on that red mask. Keep going on with some pressure, but Kumo just backing him up into the corner right now, and Ripha struggling to find an answer to this.
He does have a solid lead right now, and actually has Kumo down to the last 25% of his health. He's able to really nail where Kumo's going to be landing and throw a Phoenix in there. And when he's being confined to one area by his arms being out, that's when he's really able to take advantage and cook that man's meatballs. Hey, we got a raid going on. Hey,
raid hype!
What's up, GL Jolts and the Pokemans?
How was your bracket?
Oh, Kumo getting him down, is able to swat him out of the air, almost has his rush online. Does get his arm broken though. Ripha able to escape in time and dons that red mask again. Won't have to worry about the Glusher swatting him down now, but it could still be really tricky. Gets the yellow mask, gonna try to get a rush back up.
Kumo's gonna be way too close, and he denies him of that rush though. And nice grab. This is a real chase now, especially with this yellow mask. He has a safe deflect. That means anything Kumo throws out, if Ripha just sees it coming and throws out that rush, he would be fine. Oh, the slow grab is going to be way too slow, though, as those two heavy arms creep their way to his face. And Ripha just going to say no to that.
Yeah, despite all of our thinkings at the beginning, the red mask has actually turned out to be Ripha's savior here. Even though Kumo is moving a lot faster, Ripha is not getting flinched by these uncharged punches. Kumo's not charging up, and it's really screwing him over. Now the blue mask out, though. Gonna try to go for something. I think Kumo was looking to go for a rush right there, but realized it was the wrong answer, and unfortunately didn't get to burst it at the end.
Ripha gonna play things patiently, find his way through, and claims that first point.
So now that Kumo's getting a counter pick, there are a lot of narrow stages that he can take Ripha to absolutely cook his spaghetti.
And it looks like we're going to be sticking with the temple grounds. I feel like Ripha's just going to stick with his loadout. Like, one of the big things about double heavies it's one of those loadouts that if you're not comfortable or you're not prepared to counterplay somebody who knows their beef with these arms, you're going to get trampled. But when you're playing appropriately, when you're making the right responses and calls, and you're just handling the match, once you're handling the matchup well, you can play this really well.
And I guess one way to handle it is by equipping another heavy arm. Ripha gonna bring out his own Megawatt to combat Kumo's. Though Kumo now has the faster Megaton, which honestly, compared to the rest of the pace of this match, is gonna be zooming at lightning speeds. Box down right there. Kumo gets hit down by another Phoenix. That curving arm really proving to be a thorn in his heel right now. Just absolutely nowhere he can go to run around it when he's got both of his arms out like he's got so frequently.
Megawatt doing an excellent job of just boxing these two out. Gives him one way out where before Kumo was just kind of suffocating him and all of his options. Utilizing that Megawatt more as a boxing tool pretty much has taken away a lot of Kumo's greatest strengths with these two Megawatts. It's allowing him to dance around very easily between these attacks.
Oh, Kumo's gonna burn the rush right there. Ripha snuck the Phoenix right under it on the left-hand side and takes him down. Oh, it looks like the snake isn't the only sneaky one around here.
Ripha just doing an excellent job of utilizing his punches while in the air, allowing him to stay suspended just long enough to go over those two heavies. And then he just threw out a nice underhanded bird, utilizing a lot of the angles that Phoenix is capable of and just slipped by, claiming that really solid first point. And now Kumo is trying to have to contend here. Ripha is on match point and is looking to be able to advance off of this.
Oh, gets a long-range Phoenix right there to knock down Kumo's momentum. Gonna get a yellow mask up. He should have a rush very shortly unless Kumo's gonna stop that from happening. Gets another Megawatt shock into the grab for 175 damage.
That Phoenix continues to still be a major threat and contender, both ready with rush. Thinks he sees a moment to throw out the rush, and he does get 100 blast damage off the poison, including that slowdown tick.
Oh, he's able to just stand in the line of fire and get his blue mask up. Gonna have to use the rush to avoid that Megawatt. It was coming right for him. Unfortunately, not able to make anything big happen off of it. And Kumo is recapitalizing the very second it ends. That Lusher gonna come in and hit him in the leg, and that's gonna take the round for Kumo.
Kumo still wanting to be able to keep this pushing. Has to be able to take this round from Ripha, and on top of that has to claim another set to advance in bracket. Ripha currently still in a very good position, despite that round not working out too well for him. A nice catch with the rush. That's going to turn the tides a lot more though, and now Ripha at half health. If he got caught by that Megawatt, this pretty much would have been all set in stone for Kumo. But Ripha still has a shot now as he's able to just survive and dance around these attacks.
Yeah, even though he's out of the meat grinder, he is definitely not out of the fire and flames quite yet. He is advancing in on Kumo, which is where Kumo has been struggling. But now that Kumo's getting some pot shots in, it's looking bad for him. Does try to get a little too fancy on the rush punish and is going to get hit, giving Ripha the health favor again. Gets a meaty grab out of that. That's going to do 185, somehow even beefier than Kid Cobra's grab.
And this is one hit for Ripha to advance. He's just looking for it. Has a weakened arm on Kumo's side. Out comes the Phoenix. It has yet to connect. Kumo continuing to dance around these attacks. Another weakened arm for him. He has rush ready. If he makes the right call, he can take Ripha out and bring the score even, but he's going to whiff. And with 17 seconds and a Phoenix pecking him down, that's going to be Ripha advancing 2-0 against Kumo.
Yeah, that Phoenix, just the way Ripha set up. Did Ripha have a pillar set up right there? Because there was some weird slowdown that happened right there, and you could just see the Phoenix locking onto its target, ready to
this is
home
top
in
8.
and destroy.
This is top 8, so yeah, this is best of 5. I remember having this conversation with Ripha exactly last time we had this. Do you remember, Hama? We got into a debate with Ripha whether this moment was best of 5 or 3.
And I'm running through it again. 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is top 8. Okay, this is top 8.
Yeah, this is top 8. This is definitely top 8. We're not gonna have this debate again, like last
Yeah, we're
time.
we're not doing calculus report.
We're not gonna do terrible counting. Like, I'll do counting right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got 8 people. I can count 8 people, and it's not like messy.
That was good counting.
Yeah, we can count. Look how much progression we as ARMS players have made since last QR. We can count now.
I hope, though, we learn to count to 2 when ARMS 2 is confirmed this week. Oh, Ripha changing up his arm set, ditching the Chilla, and changing the side of the Phoenix in order to get a Biffler up in there. Gonna be adding a lot more speed and some size changes to his repertoire. However, Kumo is bringing out a third arm in and of itself with that charged up Lockjaw. The Meatball Man has finally brought it home.
It's currently being a little too slow, though, as this Biffler and Phoenix just continue to bap and poke Ripha. As these two light arms just bapping and poking Kumo down. And utilizing the yellow mask, it's just really easy for Ripha to build rush right now.
Yeah, even though he's playing a slower character in Masango, with these arm choices Kumo's been rocking, he really does have the speed advantage Ninjara normally provides anyways.
Yeah, this is pretty much a Ninjara right here. And he's going to be able to get a nice poke with the Phoenix. One of the big things that helps Ripha out a lot more in this match, with him working with Masango instead of Ninjara 2, is he's really, like, he can play other Ninjara styles, but for the most part, he's always felt locked into his default Ninjara, Tri-Blast, Ice Dragon, and then Amander on the side. Where Masango, you will constantly see him bring out different tools. He doesn't feel as nearly locked down as he did with Ninjara, so you'll see him bring out all of these different tools and really make some work out of it.
Oh,
nice
Speaking
catch.
of locked down, though, Kumo is just stuck in one corner anytime he tries to move. Ripha's there to greet him anytime he tries to stay in place. Ripha's there to greet him. It's just absolutely destructive.
That's just the danger of Biffler. We saw it with Twin 5-0, and we're seeing these pokes in here too. Where as soon as Ripha has a clean shot, he throws out the Biffler, and it's just going to do heavy damage, blinds. It does a knockdown. And before you know it, it's already back in his control, and he throws out another Biffler at you.
Oh, that grab was really cheeky right there. Ripha is almost onto another rush, just has to block like one more shot in order to get it. He's definitely trying to charge it up. He has it in tow right now. Is he going to burn it on the shield? No, tries to go for another grab. Now Kumo is actually able to make something happen and is able to grind him up.
Kumo keeping himself still alive. But again, Ripha only needs one more win to take this match and to be able to advance onward. Kumo's got to make these two work if he wants to stay alive.
Yeah, he's really trying to play the deadliest game of patty cake right now. But Ripha is too fast. Oh, not actually able to capitalize, though. He stays in one place. Kumo keeps on chugging. All right, now Kumo is knocked down, able to get that red mask back up, the one that did him so well before. And the blind element really making sure Kumo just doesn't have any areas to get into. Oh, are we playing patty cake or laser tag now? Absolutely insane pegging right now from Ripha.
Ripha currently holding just at 40% of his health. Kumo just knocked below 25. If Ripha gets a good rush confirm, actually any damage at this point, it will be his match. Kumo needs this rush to fully stick, but that air dash is just going to give Ripha more than enough time to bring out the shield, and it's only going to be chip.
Kumo down to the potentially last hit. Yep, and there it is. The Biffler knocks into the side and is able to give Ripha the win right there. After what he was like feeling at the beginning, great turnaround and adaptation, recognizing that going the speed route was really what he needed to do. Even though at first he was getting really good results with that red mask, in the end, just playing Ninjara on a different character is what's going to count.
Indeed. And with that, Ripha will be advancing to face off against HanukkahJamboree in the comeback quarterfinals. On the other side, we have Tree and Steelhead currently duking it out. Whoever takes that best of 5 will be facing off against Asqew.
All right, what are you trying to catch here, Maliv?
I do. That's a good question, Mega Man. I do want to. Well, before we get to that, though, I do want to just like. We. This is the first time we saw like an all-heavy loadout in top 8. That is, considering how everybody talks and feels about those arms. It was a very exceptional to see Kumo make it as far. Granted, Kid Cobra works really well with pretty much anything, and this is an excellent showcase, but like, you do have to be very talented at Kid Cobra to make those arms work on Kid Cobra, especially when you're 2 big heavy beefs. So shout out to Kumo there.
Also, shout out to Tree right now. This man was seeded 19th and has run through Vert, Piper, and Mario in 119 in order to get the Steelhead? Dang, he's been training, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen Tree pop off like this.
This is a good bracket for him, I guess. It would have been cool to see that match. That also said, if we really tried to go in that hard, I think we'd be here all night, so...
Dang, though, I can't believe he's steamrolling through like that. All right, Maliv, will you give me just 1 second? I'm feeling the call of the gamer wild.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a short break and let things settle and chill out. We could do Ripha and Hanukkah, but we'll let that one go on the side. We'll do Asqew versus the winner of Tree and Steelhead. Then we'll do that semifinal. We'll hit up that winner's final, lower comeback final, and then we'll swing to the grand finals, and that'll probably be our song.
All right, sounds good. I will be right back-a-roo.
Just seeing... I'll just let Asqew know. Let's see, it's number 5. Oh no, Steel saw me. Alright. Let me see how things are. Yeah, Steel just giving the confirm here. Let me read. Let me read some things. So there's going to be more of it quarterly report today. So if you do want to actually check out some of the few remaining brackets or few remaining things going on, there is a link to Quarantine Report 2 Rapport that you can just follow that link right now. Check things out. As long as COVID's rolling around, there's a possibility that things might be going on for a 3rd round. I would not be surprised. I'm gonna hope so, because it would be cool to have a 3rd one of these. So if you do want to see that in the future, I am 1 follower away from 1,000 followers. Oh my gods. 1 follower away. I'll have to do something if I get that 1,000. What am I gonna do? So do check out those brackets. Join the Quarantine Rapport group and just stay up to date. Follow them on Twitter. Let me see if I can find their Twitter link right now, because I don't know why I don't have it available. I haven't found it for myself as is.
Humbus bumbus gamers.
There it is. There's probably going to be more of them, so if you want to stay up to date with how that's going, Follow that link right there on Twitter. And Alice in No Man's Land with the 1,000th follow, and then somebody immediately unfollowed. I'm guessing it's... So...
Are you getting chicken played right now?
We're getting chicken played.
Yo. Yeah, Tom, I like that idea. I really like that idea, Tom.
I don't. You know what you know how we could celebrate? That arms cheese tier list. Or
a
graph.
1,000-hour stream.
No. I'll do...
1,000... Okay, what about 1,000 minutes? How long is 1,000 minutes?
That's more than 10 hours. That's like... It's only 16
and 2/3 hours.
I don't want to do another commitment stream. I do those on the January. I don't want to do almost a commitment stream. If I'm gonna do a commitment stream, I want to commit to it too.
Man, though, if you guys are quick plug diverting from Maleev's success, if you're looking for a Twitch channel to follow, twitch.tv/FlowHammer. After we wrap up tonight, I'm gonna go live with some Slay the Spire. So follow my Twitch because I say funny things sometimes, and I'm really good at the crane game in Yakuza.
Oh, you have a.
Oh, it's Flow_.
No, you should just be FlowHammer. It flows better.
Yeah, but then people start calling me Flo, and it's really weird, and I don't like it. People call me that anyways, but at least they can see, like, it won't create the same disaster that Florthama created.
Alright.
Florthama was a time.
Yeah. The Starman X1, thank you for maybe being the 1,000th follower. Unless... If you do stay, thank you. If not, no worries. But you got your shout out. Congratulations.
You did it. Go call your mom. Tell her you're on TV. Twitch.tv specifically.
Your name
That's
was
still
said.
a type of TV.
Everybody loves a good shout out. That said, if you do stick with the follow, it is greatly appreciated. Reminder too that any bits, any donations that go through here, I will do a direct donation to Director Relief. Based on that money. So we've got the $5 that Tom donated at the start, plus 200 bits as well earlier, just a little bit more recently. So I'll be dropping $7 in right now if anybody else wants to. I would personally recommend you donate to them directly though, because there are cool prizes, and that means rather than me winning the cool prizes, which I have no issue winning them, but it'd also be cool if you won those prizes. So go over there, follow that link, make some donations happen. We are currently... Their original goal was $3,000, which was met. Right now they are pushing for their super goal, which is over 9,000. We are just under halfway there, with only a handful of hours left.
It would be great showcasing for the ARMS community if we were able to... I know right now money's a little tight for everybody, but if we were able to like pool something together, it'd be a great showing for us.
Oh, you know what I could do to celebrate 1,000 followers? I could...
1,000 buffalo chips.
No, I was gonna say I could stream Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Oh wait, I'm already doing that. That's fun.
Dude, I am not good enough at speedrunning to be able to do that. I do it more casually. Speedrunning and like doing an Odyssey randomizer would be fun. I do some Odyssey speedrunning like just casually, and doing that with like Mario Odyssey would be crazy.
I do want like it's mostly casual, but I do want to be at least somewhat competent, because come a charity speedrunning marathon sometime in the later down the road. There's a couple of people who are going to be running Ocarina of Time randomizer race against each other, and I plan on being one of those people too. So I gotta make sure that I at least know my basics, so that they don't finish like hour 5 and I'm still like trying to find an Ocarina so I can go become an adult.
Here's the question I had. Have you been labbing your Dampe luck?
Dampe
Gotta get on the lab for your Dampe.
It's guaranteed that you get an item off of him. You just need the $10.
Oh, wait, that's true, because it's a randomizer. It's not just gonna be... Oh, that's right. Never mind, I'm stupid. The randomizer's freaking with my head, too. That's right, yeah. But I don't know, the only reason I ever got into speedrunning was because when we were doing those game jams at like Smash and Splash, I just want to be able to be better than everybody at Mario.
Oh, I want to do another one of those like marathons that I did with like Serp like a year or two ago, where we just played all of the Pikmin games. That was so good. Oh, there's
I don't know what the next one would be though. I know we talked about like the Mario ones possibly. We never did the Zelda one that we were planning on doing it during 4.
I mean, we're gonna have to come up with an entirely new thing at this point too, since there's no way we're going to Smash and Splash again.
True, Combo Breaker. We'll do Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker could
if they
be
keep
cool.
doing Combo Breaker. I wanted to go to Combo Breaker this year anyways before big Corona hit.
I want to see ARMS at just other stuff. Like, I know I'll try to get things going in Alberta again, which that should be cool when things settle down. But like, seeing at other bigger things that definitely are not Evo, like anywhere but Evo.
Yeah, I really would. I was planning on bringing my Switch with ARMS to the Bring Your Own Console section that they were having. But now, I don't know. I want to bring it to like more Smash events would be cool if we were able to get in with people like at like Shine Series events. That would be dope.
We'll see how it goes. Just continue to be fun. Just enjoy ourselves and roll as we can. Speaking of rolling, we are going to be rolling right into our comeback quarterfinal match. Break is all set and done. We can stop chilling and we can try to be professional and serious again for 5 minutes.
All right,
Why
who
didn't
we
it
haven't joined
catch
us
on?
is this?
What didn't catch on? ARMS? Bad timing. Just life. The world. We've got Asqew and Steelhead.
Yeah, I think it was probably just like the general weirdness of it. Like it's not if you don't know what's happening while things are when hype things are going on, they just kind of look like punching. You have to understand the game in order to watch the game, and I think that kind of turned people off. That turned me off at first, I'll be honest. I didn't really understand the game when people were playing it or like during the directs about it. So I didn't really get it. It wasn't until I actually started playing it that I was like, this game dope.
Yeah. It takes a bit of warming up to, and a lot of people just didn't. No, but a lot of people didn't have the ability to have the patience to warm up to it. Not really because people are impatient, but Splatoon 2 literally happened a month later. And too many fighting games also really did not help. Like, 2017 was like a recipe for disaster, but if they tried to bring out ARMS at a future date, it would have still been a recipe for disaster.
Oh, speaking of a recipe for disaster, Max Brass double nades, baby. Even with Asqew's Min double roaster set, this is going to be a hard fight for him. Max Brass is often known as an oppressor of smaller characters. Though Asqew's looking to turn this around, gets another grab out of midair.
This is a very swingy match. Whoever has advantage will be trampling the other side, and it's a vicious fight to try to regain ground back forth the other way. Right now, Steel holding onto that oppression is trying to just blast Asqew down. But you saw, like, as soon as Asqew had lead, had advantage, he was just trampling Steel himself. It is very much a very heavy chase between these two. Steel going to be walking away with this first win.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be looking like a constant 4 p.m. with all the flattening going on. Ooh, Asqew switching over to the Slapamander here. Going to give himself a little bit more of a sideways angle to work with. Not going to be confined to just going head on here.
Slapamander's really good against Brass. It catches a lot of his dash movement and allows you to kind of counterplay a lot of the glove loadouts that most Brasses tend to lean towards. That said, it is a little bit bad at boxing sometimes and just is prone to completely whiffing in the odd case. So you do have to be really careful and make sure your aim is on point.
Ooh, Steelhead being put on the back foot, but this is kind of where he tends to thrive. For a long time, we saw Steelhead as like the only defensive Max Brass. He has been picking up his offensive capabilities. We're seeing it here coming out, though Asqew is zoning him out. Not something we see a lot from him, and it's not something that's going to work out this time. Steelhead going to get the 290 damage and the buff up. Asqew without a dragon arm, and Steelhead with all the armor in the world, and a meaty grab to boot.
Does have to be careful though, because a grab and a rush setup could easily set Asqew with the KO. But Steel catching that. He's going to stay alive, but he's got a weakened shield and it's not going to save him.
Yeah, Max Brass's big frame does not do him any favors against a massive arm. It's one of those things where it can seem like an advantage sometimes, but dear Lord, does it put you in a bad situation than others. Oh, good grab right there. Gonna give him the buff up from the start and denying Asqew any chance of a dragon arm. Doesn't catch him with those nades though. Asqew managing to fight his way down for a little bit, but in the end does succumb to the pressure.
Steel trying to zone his way in. Taking too long means that he does lose that armor, so you do see that at certain intervals he has to make a call, and he is diving into those calls. But fortunately for him, a lot of them are working out really well, and he's just playing things patiently, making sure that he continues keeping these calls in place. Forces the rush out. It does mean he's taking 375 damage. If that grab landed and Asqew was not ready though, it would have been the knockout.
Oh. Did you see? I know exactly why Steel held that shield there. It was not because he feared a punch. It was he wanted to take a punch and get into red mode. He did certainly get there, but I don't think in a way he really wanted to take. That was smart, though. It's unfortunate when you're Max Brass and you're like just above that mark for 25%, so you really want to take some chip damage.
The unfortunate thing about it where it's like, I just want the chip damage, but that also means that you get damaged, and you're like, alright, now I'm even in a more vulnerable position, but I'm more powerful, but also it's easier for them to just kill me.
Yeah, it's please don't hit me, please don't hit me, wait, I mean hit me, I mean wait, don't hit me.
Hit me in this specific way, but not the other ways, just this way.
All right, looks like no changes from either player. They do both have chakrams, and we just haven't seen them pull that trigger. Is Steelhead going to make the switch? Looks like he's actually going to stick with the double nades, and Asqew is switching back over to the double roaster as well.
Oh, tries to go for the grab confirm off of that blast, but ends up not lining up his shot well enough. Does find a nice grab opportunity shortly afterwards, though. Gets 170 and buffs up.
Oh, gonna be able to use the explosion right there to get an inverted like Dendy grab. Tries to get around that grab and is able to successfully double punch into him. God, it's like the exact opposite of what we saw when Asqew was here fighting off Twin 5-0. Now it's about nothing but non-stop punches. Those grabs are gone from the repertoires.
Oh, a nice wide grab, and Asqew is back in this. Out comes the rush. He's gonna try to contend, but the nade's just gonna come out too fast.
Yeah, usually when you're Min, you're thinking, all right, I've got my flip kick. I'm going to be able to get out of the way of this rush and punish with my own. But just too little, too late.
It looks like both players going to be sticking with their loadouts. They're getting good numbers. They're getting good results out of this. There's no reason, no harm in trying to stick with these tools, especially when you're able to land some sick plays like the one we just saw from Asqew, as he's going to be able to push Steel back and keep on with the hunt.
All right, this is looking a little bit more like what we saw in previous Mazo games. Now another grab from Steelhead's going to give him that buff up. Going to try to charge in, able to catch the landing with the nade. Asqew going to try to get that dragon arm up, but doesn't manage to, though on that knockdown, he certainly has the time and capability.
Out comes the Enraged Steel now, permanently buffed. Doesn't have to worry about trying to charge it up and keep this tempo. It does mean that Asqew does have KO opportunities at this point. Steel just trying to build up enough pressure and set himself up to be able to take Asqew down before that chance arises. A nade explosion would be enough to take Steel out though, and you can see Asqew just trying to box him out.
Oh, he's able to get that first explosion. That could be the crucial one in the chain of many. He does have him down to 25%. Just can't get overzealous with jumping into the air. Asqew uses the rush defensively. Tries to counteract it, but at that range, it's just not going to connect. They're both playing in neutral, boys.
Asqew does not want to get hit. He finally finds the roaster right in the chest. Brings the score to 1-1.
All right, looks like they're sticking with the same sets. Steelhead gonna go in for the early kill. However, is not gonna land it, and 2 grabs whiffs subsequently. Steelhead able to get the charge up though off of a nade explosion. Gonna try to continue it, but the anti-air precision that Asqew's been showing off is continuing to pay off.
Another roaster connection. Asqew just kind of running this one free. Out comes the rush of steel, tries to punch through. And now a single roaster, a good grab would be enough for Asqew. But he's going to get bombarded by nades. And now Steel looking to swing this around, pull off the ever classic brass fashion disaster pummeling. And Asqew just desperately trying to find his way out, and the roaster is going to sneak just by and give him a second point.
All right. Now, we're thinking, is Steelhead going to be making any changes to his playstyle? He's got that kablammer that he used for the longest time.
I feel like it's too slow for Asqew.
With the anti-air capabilities, though, like, maybe switching over, I don't recommend the whammer very often. But thinking of whammer in this matchup kind of makes me pog off.
I would like to see whammer. I always like to see a good whammer. It's one of my favorite arms.
Steelhead, he's thinking, is he going to do it? Steelhead, did you do it?
What do we do?
Did you do it? Did you do it?
What do we do?
Did you do it?
He has chosen Chakram Nade Roaster. He heard you begging for it, and he's like, nah. Nah, I'm a big smelly. I not do that.
Oh, still, honestly, even the Chakram I could see being good for him. And Asqew is going to go back over to the Mander. Despite his victory, always trying to improve himself and try to get new tactics to keep things fresh. Respectable. Oh, able to dodge out of that grab so quickly and effortlessly. Steelhead going to capitalize on the whip grab with a successful one, and now going to start some chains up, hopefully.
Almost gets slapped down, but his nade's going to carry out the work. Keeps him alive and fighting and holding lead as he's continuing to find more and more opportunities to get these buffs up, but it's going to drop as he whiffs a grab of his own.
Oh, Steelhead's definitely feeling the pressure on going sideways on his wake up. You saw some hesitation from him as he went back to the other side. It's definitely going to cost him if he keeps playing that way, but if he keeps advantage up instead, got nothing to worry about. Oh, and there it is. Asqew trying to do some fancy maneuver, not going to end up panning out.
Nate having some of, if not the most control in this game, allowing you to have a lot of control over it, how it's set up vertically, horizontally. You can really just pinpoint where exactly you think your opponent's going to go. If they just so happen to be going in that direction, that's a nice meaty explosion going right into their face.
All right, Steelhead trying to approach, needs to get some deflex going. He is able to advance in. Unfortunately, not close enough. Asqew does drop his shield early, though, taking 80 damage and allowing Steelhead that buff up he so desperately was looking for. Right there from Steelhead. Gonna continue this chain, even though it got delayed for a little bit. It's not gonna be stopping. Deflect on buff brass is one of the most insane anti-wake up tools, and it has not been any different for Asqew.
Got that Dragon Arm currently still on the field. Steel needs to find a way to get rid of it, but getting rid of a solid rush is definitely a good plus. Allows him to prevent himself from taking 300 damage on just a roaster pummeling. But Asqew can still get that with just a couple of quick choice hits.
Oh, now that we're in Comeback Dad, both of them shielding on Wake Up, making sure they don't take anything substantial. Steelhead with the rush. Gonna try to go into it raw. No explosion confirmed, no bait, no nothing. He is able to get out of the way of the punish, but the secondary one to come is gonna land its mark and take that round for Asqew.
Asqew now on match point, looking for one more win to be able to take this. And what better position to be to advance and set yourself for a potential advance in bracket than to have Rush ready on what could be that final round. Steel going to be starting off very strong though with a good nade connection and that grab earlier. He is currently taking Asqew down, and now that Rush would just be catch-up play, and it's not even going to be that, as the nade just eats right through that setup. And Steel's just dancing and singing.
Yeah, looking to get the buff up, is able to barely land it at the end. The explosion hits, he gets a refresh on it. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was sick either way. And looks like Asqew is going to be losing that game. Steelhead taking a point. Dang, that refresh, I don't think that refresh was intentional, but that was so sick.
Totally calculated. 100% grade A Canadian beef calculated. Steel able to turn that around, sets himself up, and might be able to make a comeback in the comeback rounds. And he definitely needs it if he wants to stay in contention for this bracket.
Yeah, we're at what, 2-1 right now, I think?
Oh yes.
Come on, do the whammer. Do the whammer. I'm telling you, I don't tell people this very often, but it's the key to your success.
Looks like Asqew is going to take us over to Scrapyard. This could be an interesting match either way. It kind of holds a lot of the similarities to Mausoleum, but that center field isn't going to break. It's not as short-ranged as Sparring, so it's not as violent, so there's a little bit more space. But if you do get your pressure rolling here, you will corner your foe hard. For those asking in chat, yes, there are actually quite a few event organizers in the ARMS community beyond ARMS Central. If you're actually part of ARMS Central, if you look at online events, lots of events or turn on things get plugged there. Otherwise, stick around on this channel because I actually run my own weekly or bi-weekly events. Era runs her stuff right now. Network Era is on break with tournament organization. And then last but not least, you saw Frosty really early in this bracket. He's a tournament organizer too. He runs an event called the Bi-Weekly Procrastination. You can actually find more detail on a lot of that too with the ad reel that's been rolling along on the side, so just keep your eye open for that, and that'll lead to links and Discord invites.
Alright, well, that's been going on. Asqew has been getting pancaked out here. Steelhead keeping up pressure on a stage that you typically think goes in Min Min's favor. Asqew down to the last hit of his health. These pillars look barely touched. They're still fresh and shiny. Oh, now that things are getting close range, Asqew is keeping up a ton of flaming hot pressure. Steelhead tries to go for the grab to close things out, but Asqew's going to turn things back into his favor.
Steel now trying to find a chance for his own rush, but that's going to be stupid long range. No way for Asqew to be able to get hit by that one, but this nade will be unavoidable.
Yeah, after an almost comeback, Steelhead is able to close things out, but very nearly. Going with the double punch to stop Min Min from getting the Dragon Arm up. Even though it is a vulnerable position, very smart one to stop that nightmare from getting going. Unfortunately, though, it's not going to be enough, and that pillar's going to go away as well.
Steel trying to fight his way out of the corner, but this is not a fun place to be in this stage. And you can see Asqew now immediately locked in as Steel finds his way out and is immediately on with the chase of his own.
Ooh, this pillar is really Asqew's hopes and dreams right here. From behind it, he's able to get the pokes and stay safe. From getting out of it, he's able to get the grab. Steelhead now down to comeback dad. What's he going to be able to get out of it? Gets a nade, maybe a rush. Yes, the rush is in tow, but he's got to be careful.
Oh, nice choice to block. Ends up dropping the shield just a little too early. That means that Steel has anything Steel throws will kill at this point. Asqew needs a fully charged hit or a grab to be able to KO.
Oh, he takes the 50, but it's not going to be enough. He is down to explosion. Anything?
And the grab is going to bring us to a game 5 as Steel dives right over Asqew's bombardment. Keeps himself hanging on. And yeah, game 5. Whoever takes this will be advancing. Steelhead wanting to be able to try to claim some vengeance here. Asqew definitely wanting to keep this rolling.
So I saw a request earlier for game 5. You got your wish, buddy.
Looks like our game 5 is going to be DNA Lab. Like, a lot of color in this match that we've had. 2 mausoleums, we had DNA. Did we have 2 DNA? We had Scrapyard. Like, we have lots of variety here, which you don't see too often with a lot of people. Believe.
It's because Buster's the only good stage, duh.
I only go to Spiring Ring or Mausoleum. Heading into this match, though, we do have Steel immediately finding his way to buffing up and getting that knockdown. These tubes going to be a good opportunity to give a bit of space for Asqew, but it also gives a bit of space for Steel, who's currently holding onto a very strong lead and just keeping a safe distance as he's pummeling and beating down Asqew. Chip for chip by chip as he just knocks Asqew into just above 30% health. A rush would KO, but Asqew's going to safely block it out.
All right, now Asqew is trying to close in right here. Hopefully deny Steelhead the opportunity to buff up. It looks like it might pan out, but Steelhead trying to just circle camp around these pillars, getting in close when he realizes the opportunity for the nade, and landing another one on Asqew's jump. Steelhead's turning what looked like might almost be a 3-0 into a potential reverse sweep.
This is a really good stage for Brass when you really think about it. It is
sneaky.
It is so easy to forget about the fact that you see how big Brass is. While it means that it's really hard for him to hide behind a pillar, that's also a boon because it's really easy to throw those nades around the tube and chase down your foe. And yeah, Asqew is trying out the Seiki, but right now the Seiki is, true to its name, holding a fairly weaky matchup except for that one confirm. If Asqew can get a nice rush off, this could easily turn this around. But Steel, being respectful, trying to be patient with this, almost gets shocked by his own Seiki again. That would have been devastating.
Yeah, this could unfortunately also contribute some factors that Asqew was not thinking of. It puts a weakness on him that Steelhead's been having to deal with this entire time, where his nades could just self-explode and absolutely ruin his day. And not to mention, when they get punched down, they're just there for a long time, and he's only got one arm to defend himself. It's really a game of pure offense on both of these players, which you can tell because they're both standing in the back, playing slowly.
I mean, that's the most offensive place to be in ARMS.
Right now, though, Asqew does get the Dragon Arm up. He's going to try to close in right here. Steelhead, though, using his deflect moderately, not overcommitting and getting shocked by that Seiki. Asqew getting hit by the nade for the full 150. Anything's going to end it at this point. If Asqew manages to get him down to the red, then this will turn into a very powerful Seiki.
Oh, that is... Asqew is going to blow himself in the face! Too close to Steel and disrespecting the devastation the Seiki has. And he's just gonna take out his own life. And before our very own eyes, we see why Seiki is considered Wiki. And Homie is Homie.
Melodica. We need to play taps for this man. Where is it? There it is. Let's play a quick, let me get my Melodica. We'll play a quick tribute to this poor fallen soldier.
Just as long as it doesn't cause a VOD mute. Or, like, a shutdown of this channel, I'm game.
Frick, that's not the note. No, what's the note?
You were shocked that Asqew didn't use his rush?
Never mind.
Chances are high Asqew was looking for another opportunity where if he was looking for just the good damage there, and then likely looking for a position where he can just throw out a safe blind rush that would have caught Steel out elsewise, so that he could continue just to stack up really good damage. Unfortunately for him, that's not how it worked out, as Steel is just going to be able to wall him out, punch him down, Those nades just blasting him out of the stage, along with that Seiki blasting Team Illusion Alf. Again. That was a bad.
Oh, is this Hanukkah versus Steelhead?
We got STL coming in to bat against each other.
Oh, the ancient battle for first and second manifesting here in QR. What are we in right now? Losers semis?
Comeback semifinals. And we're going to be defaulting straight over to the base tried and true of many competitive ARMS players, sparring ring.
Wow, how am I absolutely not surprised that Hanukkah wanted to go sparring to start? I've never experienced him asking that at all.
A lot of that is the risk and reward of utilizing a very devastating arm like Seiki. Like, he could have got that extra damage in on one of those exchanges, but he might have recognized that he needed more damage to be able to take Steel out. Even if he landed that damage, I'd question whether or not Asqew would have been able to even get a KO still.
Oh man, Hanukkah dropped the chakram. I guess the arm is actually dead and bad.
Yeah, well, it is really bad against Twintel, who can just Actress Aura. And while a lot of other characters, you can kind of throw it out on shield and bounce around and be safe, Twintel is really good at capitalizing on a safe block on anything if she's got that Actress Aura rolling. So you need to have really safe options, really strong tools like these nades on charge, poking away at that shield to be able to make sure that you're not getting just hard countered out.
And Hanukkah looking to almost like he's running his alternate set here, one that Hess is very akin to using. But that Coolerang instead of the Boomerang will be able to knock Max Brass down and freeze him in place. Hanukkah not freezing at this rush, actually able to backpedal twice out of the way, keep his arms nice and healthy, and retort with a rush of his own. Steelhead down, all ready to come back dad.
Oh, a nice respawn!
Yeah, auto deflect forces you to pick options when you're up close against them. And going into shield as Max Brass is one of the best ways you can capitalize on anything they do to you.
Steel bringing this back, but he cannot get hit. He does have rush slowly building up, and anything can KO at this point. Both players just looking for a stray bullet to nick each other.
Oh, Hanukkah's arms are looking a little weaky. One of them's completely down, but he's actually able to get the Coolerang around the double punch and take it. And that's something that Chakram could never do.
That's why Hanukkah uses the Coolerang. And he's gonna swiftly step aside, Actress Aura doing its full job and slowing down that rush, giving him enough time to be able to block things out, but not enough time to survive that hit, as he trades and then suffers an immediate grab afterwards.
Steelhead closing in right here. Hanukkah, though, going back into the corner, normally an unfavorable place, but the last place your opponent would expect you to retreat to. Now advancing in on Steelhead. Steelhead does have the health advantage, but it could be draining quite shortly if Hanukkah keeps putting this pressure on and Steelhead can't get dash chains going.
Steel gonna dive right in. A nice 300 damage. Holding a very confident round this time, but he's gonna get frozen, and that's gonna let Hanukkah start getting an ice chain as he throws out these blind grabs.
Man, overhead grabs are really good at cutting off people.
Oh no!
And apparently so are nades. Holy kablowie! Oh man, all that ice chain damage just melted away as he got hit by that nade. That was crazy.
If that rush landed, Steel would have been knocked out, and this would have been Hanukkah's first point. But because the nade just do its job so well, has that extra explosion that goes through the rush deflect, Steel's going to be able to take that point and brings it to 1-1. These two still in contention for that first set.
And Steelhead is really going for these grabs, and against Twintel, it's understandable. It's been known for a long time that she has kind of a hard time recovering against grabs when land Actress Aura-ing, but Steelhead might be going a little overzealous here. Goes for another one, and Hanukkah just icing him out with literal ice.
Steel now vulnerable to a KO here. Hanukkah, fully aware of it, is just chipping him away, playing his game.
Oh, does get a knockdown, and with that 25% mode, he doesn't have to worry about charging up. He's going to have to worry about self-explosions, though, if he keeps taking them. And he does end up getting pelted by a barrage to end that game for Hanukkah.
I think that explosion, I think all that damage was like the Tri-Blast like hit with all of its bolts and activated both of the nades self-destruct. So that's like 40, 80, 120, plus 50, 50. That was 220 damage in just one quick tap. Adding in if the Coolerina hit too, I didn't see it. I could be mistaken, but if that hit too, that's another 40 damage. It's like, that's 260 damage. Technically speaking, that's more than Steel's Enrage health. That's a heavy.
Right, do we have a stage yet?
Nope. They're still recovering from that blast.
Don't blame him. Not a bit. No Via, no Scrap. All right, no counter picks. Counter picks bad.
Big smell.
Starters
Big smell.
only. Gentlemen to Snake Park though. Gentlemen to Snake Park though.
This is the real stage. You know, it like Snake Park's one of those stages where it's like a lot of people look at it and they're like, it's a mess of a stage. It doesn't work with the rest of the other stages, and it's just confusing. But what would happen if you only had Snake Park? Then it's good. If Snake Park is the only competitive stage, then it's a really good competitive stage.
Yeah, that's actually why ARMS didn't take off, was because there's stages other than Snake Park. People
Exactly.
didn't like that very much. Yeah, they're actually boycotting, hoping that every stage got turned into Snake Park. There's the Kablamer that I was talking about earlier. Steelhead finally bringing it back for the match. This is a classic set that Hanukkah has fought against many times in the St. Louis ARMS area, but will he be able to stand up to it? With Max Brass's armor, everything in the air becomes oppressive, and the only thing that survives is that Kablamer. Ooh, Hanukkah trying to close in right there with his air mobility, but Steelhead not afraid to take his Twin Tails domain in the skies and contest her there either.
Hanukkah trying his best to just keep away, push Steel down, make sure he doesn't get that buff up. The Kablamer doing a pretty solid, sizable job though, as he keeps blasting him off his feet. Now Hanukkah in critical, just below 25% health. Really has a lot of work to go for him to be able to recover here.
So rolls right back up, trying to get back into the fray immediately. There is no time to wait or hesitate. There is only punch. Steelhead's got a dominating lead right here. Hanukkah, he might need to start putting in some more shield dashes. Generally cannot take more nades. It looks like same old on both players. Hanukkah going to be starting off advancing. Steelhead going to try to get out of the way, but Max Brass is not exactly known for his leg abilities.
A nice bait from Hanukkah, going to allow him to take away Steel's rush. It looks like Steel's actually put the Kablamer away again, likely expecting Hanukkah to just counterplay and approach differently this next time. It's a good mix-up play. It allows him to kind of keep Hanukkah on his toes and make sure that he has more room to be able to play around and just stay in the dominant position.
God, the control of these nades is nasty, but Hanukkah is staying out of the way of them and counteracting them with that Coolerang. Now trying to close in, get that grab on Wake Up. Steelhead ready and prepared. He's fought against Asqew a few too many times to fall for that trick.
Out comes the rush, and again, Hanukkah just safely seeing it coming, blocks it off, and isn't even going to allow Steel to get that chance to buff up. 40 seconds left on the clock. Steel has slowly built control of this match as he's just been chipping and chopping away at Hanukkah's health, slowly but surely gaining more lead and more control. And Hanukkah just struggling to find more room, and a third rush is ready from Steelhead. Likely going to be just throwing it out, but it's going to be Hanukkah trying to bring it out in response.
No. Yeah, Hanukkah really wanted to be a little rascal right there, but he's able to, unfortunately, does get hit right here, does freeze Steelhead. Steelhead goes for the double punch in desperation. Hanukkah capitalizing, getting that Tri-Blast off, and that will confirm the round for Hanukkah. And there's the Kablamer again, on a different side, I think.
It's another good way to mix things up, provided you're comfortable enough switching between the two sides.
Yeah, it will also give him a better angle on an outside thrown Coolerang there. He'll be able to catch it off more easily and just slam it down.
Oh, tries to go for the blast confirm. Nade or Kablammer just too slow to be able to keep up with things. And that rush is actually going to charge up Hanukkah's, who's now ready to throw one out. If he chooses to or finds a good chance to. But right.
Steelhead going to the back corner. Gonna get pinned right there by the Tri-Blast bolts. Hanukkah using mostly uncharged ones in these scenarios in order to try to catch Max Brass at every angle. If he's not able to buff up, he's not able to do the Max Brass fun moves that everyone has been plagued by.
That said, Steel doesn't really need that. He just needs to keep playing safe, playing patiently, and making sure he's not getting caught out by anything, because he is holding a very confident lead. You could question whether he even needs that buff right now, as he is just trampling Hanukkah, and is going to be able to bring the score to 1-1.
As Steelhead shows us, it is better to have than to have not at all. That buff up is insanely good at a pressing wake up. It's very interesting, though, that Steelhead has been playing on the back foot for most of this match. Hanukkah really loves getting in people's faces and mixing up there. But Steelhead just plays so calm. It's not slow. By no means is it slow. But it's so controlled.
Well, a lot of it, too, is just the fact that Twintel is really hard to go aggro on. Because as soon as she has a moment, she's activated Actress Aura. Things have slowed down. At close range, it's really easy for her just to slow things down and be like, oh, this is where I double punch. And she'll just throw out a double punch and all of a sudden your attack is nullified. Or she throws things down and it's like, oh, this is a moment where I just want to block and then go for a grab. And she'll just counter you time and time again. If you get too close to a Twintel with Actress Aura, you're probably set up to get punished. So that's what Steelhead's kind of keeping in mind, is he's recognizing how dangerous it is to be too close to Twintel, and he's just focused on playing around that.
Oh, Hanukkah getting the early freeze, but Steelhead stopping him in his tracks cold with that nade. Gonna now be on the approach. Hanukkah does not like being on the back foot, and Steelhead is making sure that he's on there for a long time. Arm weakened, his health draining, everything is stacking up against Hanukkah. Steelhead's almost got his rush as well.
And that
He's
is
gonna pop it right away.
just recognizing that even if Hanukkah went for the block, that would be a shield break. And an excellent catch with the grab, and Steelhead is going to have a dominant first point on this third bout.
Yeah, what a trampling. Ended at 69 seconds as well, I might put in there.
Good old speedrunning times. Just note for everybody, don't speedrun arms. It's not as somebody who speedruns arms, it's not fun. Too much RNG.
Hanukkah trying to get in close. He does knock Steelhead down. Steelhead rolling to the back, though, loves to play against those walls. Goes for the double punch, able to avoid it the first time, but does get punished the second time around. Steelhead looks like he's almost falling into a pattern here that Hanukkah's been predicting and mixing up.
Safe block, and Steel finally finding a little bit of room. That's going to cause no damage beyond just chip, a weakened shield, but a good rush will be able to protect Steelhead and keep him alive and fighting. Hanukkah now in the advantage, capable of just slowing things down as much as he wants. Even with traits like that where he takes 170 damage, but just got a little bit of damage, is definitely going to be in his favor, as he only needs like one or two more of those to be able to take Steel out. There's one! Any trade will be the KO for Hanukkah now, but Steel has himself set to be able to kill. He's got the rush ready, he's looking for the chance, he thinks he sees it, but Hanukkah, safe with the block, tries to go in again. Out comes the rush and the block. The blast, not going to KO. Neither player killing yet, but there is weakened arms on Steelhead, and a Tri-Blast is going to blow him down.
Yeah, Steelhead picked up the pace there at the end and kind of abandoned his willingness to stay in shield in order to secure the KO, and it just did not pay off for him. Hanukkah going to start things off quickly with the Coolerang into Tri-Blast 1-2. Steelhead going to even things out and take the health lead again with that grab, putting Hanukkah back into this corner that he's been pressed into so many times.
Actrasora, then Twin Tail just doing such a sizable job though. Hanukkah just even backed into a corner, slowing things down, forcing Steelhead to back up. And it's just allowing him to get a lot more breathing room than a lot of other players would normally get. Even then though, Steelhead currently running very confident and strong, just above 50 health. Hanukkah just at 25%, cannot last too much longer, but these chips are definitely helping him out. We do have a rush ready on Steel's end. That comes out, this is going to be another point for him.
Health really close to even right now. Hanukkah using Twin Tail's abilities to get out of the way. But Hanukkah sees Steelhead weakness right there and tries to capitalize, but Steelhead was ready for it and just goes for another rush bit of his own. Hanukkah has rush online. Steelhead almost at 25%. Might be looking to just eat a quick chip. And now he's into the comeback dad. The belt is off and he's looking to connect it with Hanukkah's butt.
Oh.
Oh, and there it is. There's the whooping, boys.
Oh.
Don't mess with dad.
Steel gets the set
right.
point and is now looking for one more win to be able to advance in bracket and wait in that comeback finals position.
All right, yeah, Hanukkah needs to make some kind of change right here. The Tri-Blast is such a good arm, but I almost wonder if it should be traded off for like a popper or something.
The explosion's really making some good work when it does. I'd probably say sticking with the Tri-Blast is doing a good job, because a lot of the problems aren't necessarily that Steel's jumping over them, or he's needing wind confirms to be able to turn things around. A lot of it is just Steel's just doing a really good job of boxing and dancing around and keeping on top with the pressure.
Yeah, brass does brass things, and it works. All right, any changes? We'll see.
Steelhead now looking to find that match point. Hanukkah still has to take this one and one more on top to be able to stick in the bracket and make his way to top 3.
All right, Steelhead sticking with the double nades. Gonna go for a pineapple grab lead right there. Hanukkah probably not expecting that and might be a little frazzled. Is able to shield though, and being in shield more often, adapting that technique from Steelhead might genuinely be the play he needs in order to turn things around.
Yeah, a lot more patient just blocking and waiting could help him out a lot. That said, finding more moments to just call out these blocks and go for grabs instead, because we haven't seen Hanukkah go for a single grab except like this late in. It's been a long time since we've seen a grab from this Twintel, and seeing one come out at any point could be really scary and just completely surprise Steelhead.
Oh, once again, Hanukkah is able to maneuver his way around having a broken arm. No amazing punish this time around, but just the fact he's able to survive is incredible. Does have his rush and is closing in. Steelhead looking to bat it out of the way if he can, but Hanukkah not popping it too early. He wants that good confirm before he actually risks it all.
Oh, an excellent bait out. Steel just desperate to stay out of that freeze. Throws out the rush. That means Hanukkah does have a lot of breathing room. He does have a weakened shield though, and another disarm. This one's not going to be safe.
Oh, he actually catches Steelhead going away from the auto deflect point. That's not, I thought Steel was just going to shield there, but he read the dash right there. Oh my goodness, gravy. That was crazy.
And out comes the Kablammer yet again. Steel looking to try to get some more explosive damage and contend a little bit better with that Cooler Rain. As again, this thing is just surprising him. Whenever the Cooler Rain starts getting some chain damage, it just messes with his day.
Oh, Steelhead hopping around right here. Steelhead, I've always noticed that Steelhead has amazing air game. The way he just stalls himself in the air and continues putting up punches is very reminiscent of like pre-patch Ribbon Girl. Gonna get the rush right there for 365 health. Very, very even. Only slightly in Steelhead's favor. It's gonna be getting more and more into his favor though as time progresses. Hanukkah down to 25%. Has the rush online. Needs a good chance to use it though.
desperately or patiently trying to see that moment, but the more longer he waits, the more damage is getting chipped in, and 325, Hanukkah finally sees that moment. Steel just about ready with a rush. Any damage on Hanukkah will take the KO, which means that Steel now 1-1 match point. Hanukkah has to take this if he wants to stay alive.
I'm gonna lead in with a rush. I'm glad Hanukkah was expecting that, because otherwise that would have spelled an early disaster for Hanukkah. Steelhead is gonna get the first hit and knockdown in though. Gonna be closing in. Hanukkah does manage to punch out those grabs that are coming out from Steelhead. They're no longer gonna be effective in this matchup with this amount of boxing going on.
Yeah, that roaster definitely... There's no more good freeze chains going on, but the roaster is just going to be that much faster, and it's a guaranteed knockdown. So he doesn't even have to play with those ice games anymore. It's just a good 140 damage on that roaster, making Steel cry every time it connects.
Steelhead in the disadvantage. Gonna be pushing up though. Hanukkah seems a little more confident in this area, but perhaps it was undue. Does get hit by a Kablamer into a nade. Steelhead going for another grab, but it's still not panning out for him. He just hasn't learned.
Another explosion. Steel locked just above critical. That explosion loses the rush, but now he has Enrage. Hanukkah is just looking for a rush. If he gets any good chunk of damage, sees a good moment like this, he's going to be able to take it. And the score is now 2-2.
God, that guy really did curse us to nothing but game 5s, huh?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, these are hype. I'm just saying.
With that, whoever takes this next match will be advancing in bracket and will be chilling in the comeback finals, looking for their next match. Speaking of, I might as well get things set up for the other two.
Let's see, do we have a stage from...
We've got Buster!
Yo, Bustin makes me feel good. Buster Beach is by far my favorite stage in the game. I'm glad we're showing it off after, I think we've seen it once in that one Ripha game. All right, let's see what they're gonna be bringing to the table. I don't expect many changes, if any.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're seeing any changes.
Hopefully Steelhead's able to make some mentally, though, and in his playstyle in order to bring things back around. Having another reverse 3-0 would be another feels bad, man.
I mean, this was not a reverse 3-0. These two have been going back and forth. Hanukkah first point, Steel the next two, Hanukkah the next one. This has just been fair trading. Either way, these two have just been holding even with their matches.
With no side-to-side boundaries really in play here, confining them to one area. Hanukkah is being a lot more mobile in this. Steelhead, though, still able to lock him down just as effectively, knowing where each movement's going to come from. Hanukkah, though, able to sneak something in with the rush. We know he loves jumping into them, and he's going to do the same thing once again, breaking the shield, getting 100 damage plus the initial chip.
Steel now looking to just try to play things safe, keep Hanukkah back at bay. The longer he pushes this, the more rush he builds, which means he has more advantage going forward. Hanukkah with a grab attempt, but it's gonna whiff.
Yeah, I think he heard him leave, and I guess it didn't work out so much. He tries to go for a punch on the side right there. Steelhead just keeping it up, though. One more hit will end Hanukkah's career, and a grab is gonna be what does it for that round.
Steelhead now at match point. One more win is all he needs. If he takes this, it'll be Hanukkah getting knocked out of bracket and having to settle for fourth. Out comes this rush, and it's gonna be a successful connection.
Steelhead got him in the back corner. Hanukkah resisting going into the hot pocket at all costs. It looks like he does fight Steelhead off for now, but who knows if we could be seeing the resurgence of that delicious, delicious pocket. Gonna go rush into Steelhead's shield, able to maneuver out of the way with an aura cancel from the grab, and is gonna continue pressuring the shield, but is tossed to the back wall by those nades.
Rush ready, Steel looking to try to create some good opportunity, but he's gonna completely whiff this rush. Hanukkah not even having to worry about a chipped shield here, and it's just gonna continue on trying to keep this pressure going, making sure that this grass has as little chance to buff up as possible.
Oh, Hanukkah getting hit right there by some splash damage. No confirm onto it by Steelhead, but every little bit adds up, and it's added up to Hanukkah having only an eighth of his life on the board, now having none of it, and Steelhead will be taking the set to move on to the losers finals.
And with that, we can get things rolling right away with our winner finals match. Twin 5-0 will be facing off against Astro Ninja.
Oh man, but with how these two players were playing before, gosh, Twin was so hot earlier, man. I hope he's still just as warmed and revved up as before, because that was absolute insanity we saw from him.
I hope a breakthrough did him well.
Yeah, I hope he got like a little sippy sip of some juice and maybe a cracker or something. Because he was playing insane, and I want to see the same things from him. Honestly, if he is able to get those same grab strats up against a coil, I will give you $5. I don't know, I'll do something special for you. Because landing those strats against the floaty girl herself, not easy. You
could donate to Direct Relief.
Twin, if you do the same strats, you will donate $5 to Direct Relief.
So what Hama has said is every time Twin lands a grab on Astro, he's gonna donate $1 to Direct Relief. Is that
every time Twin lands a grab on Astro, Twin will donate $1 to Direct Relief. That is correct.
No. It's Hama who's gonna be donating, right? Chat,
Yeah,
you heard right.
Twin, it will be Hama who is telling Twin to donate $1 to Direct Relief every grab.
Chat, you did hear that right. Like, Hama's gonna be donating $1 for every grab Twin 5-0 lands.
Yeah, Hama will be donating a message to Twin 5-0 to donate $1 for every grab he lands. That is correct.
Look at this. Just waiting on Twin to drop by. When he does, we should be set to get going. There he is! Both players.
All right, Twin, what are you going to be bringing to the table? Is Astro going to go as Masongo this late in the bracket? I kind of wonder. Nah, no messing around here. It's going to be all coil all the time. Oh, there is a bub in the array, though. Normally we see a toaster or roaster on there, but it's actually going to be bringing itself straight to the forefront right away. All right, no surprises from Twin here, just going into the Biffler and Ice Dragon. I was almost wondering for a second if he's going to be using double Ice Dragon for some reason. Well, that would be hype. I cannot say it would be optimal.
Yeah, it might be a little difficult to be able to line up those shots, especially considering how good of a job Biffler does at finding its mark on Dr. Quail.
Twin, though, is keeping up the pressure here, stopping Astro's approaches. There's the grab. Twin owes Direct Relief $1. Gonna be charging in right here, but the invisibility is gonna stop Twin's approach. Astro swings around him and gets the rush off. Now Twin forced into the hot pocket.
Twin trying to find his way out, dancing every which way, but there, even though it's a pretty long pathway, it's still quite narrow compared to a lot of the roads that you can find in these stages. And Astro utilizing that just to keep the chase on and continuing to pummel down Twin 5-0, burning away at that health meter. Astro just above 50. Out comes the rush, and Astro not going to be able to respond in time. I'm suspecting this is going to force his hand as he tries to counter Twin, who will safely call it out and block it, keeping him in the health lead.
Oh, Twin doesn't throw the dragon out, trying to keep himself safe, but it's just not enough with the control Astro has over his arms. Everyone's down to the last hit. Twin using the bounce to get over the grab. Not going to be able to get out of the way of that last bub, though. Walks right into it.
Astro taking that first point, managing to make that bub and nade just click together. Securing some... One of the advantages that it works so well for is just... Astro already starts with a lot of height advantage, which means that one of Lola's biggest strengths are used more so just to stay even with this character. And then the other thing too is just like those two gloves, one which is specifically for boxing, just means it's really easy for Astro just to pummel down a lot of these Bifflers, a lot of these Ice Dragons, and just keep everything that Twin is throwing out at bay.
Yeah, all of Lola's advantages and shield techniques kind of become more stay alive move than mix-ups. It's not something that Lola players are used to seeing. Usually they feel pretty in control, but against double or a nade coil like this, man, it's a rough life. He is able to stop Astro from using the rush to much effect at all. His arm is damaged, but it's going to be healing up while he lies there on the ground. Going to be trying to charge back in, but who knows how well he'll be able to charge that space.
Oh!
Stay alive! Get the first part of the rush up. However, it does not connect. Coil hit stun strikes again, folks.
One of the many things that make Coil oftentimes seen as the top character in this game. One of them is the fact that she has the lowest hit stun out of all these characters. Just by a few frames, but just enough being that a lot of confirms and setups that you could get out of other characters, you can't get out of Coil.
Oh, we're trying to use that super jump, but that move can be so unsafe when used in desperation. And he's going to land right back into the face of that bub.
Hanukkah with a raid of 5, streaming his own climb up in brackets. Hello there, Hanukkah Love. Thank you for the raid. If people
Howdy doody gamer.
If people want to see more people who do cool things with arms and more included, go give Hanukkah a follow. He's a cool dude. I like him. He's been around in the arms scene for longer than I have. Well, I mean, the upfront of the arms community.
All right, looks like we're sticking on Buster Beach. I know Twin loves playing on this stage, but it can make it so hard to catch up to Coil when you're both on opposite sides of the map. It really turns the game Twin normally plays into the game Astro's going to be playing. Starting up top, though, is probably good for Twin, but it does give Astro space to move around.
As long as Twin is keeping up his chase, though, again, we saw that hit stun just not working out for Twin, where every other character that would have been guaranteed.
It does not hurt, though, that Biffler actually has an extended amount of hit stun over other arms, so especially when charged. So it will help normalize things out a little bit, but man, does it still feels bad. Oh, goes to the rush right there. Twin able, though, to avoid it and just shield. Gets pushed into the hot pocket, but Astro's not going to put on any pressure. Doesn't want to get Lola right there. Instead, wants to make Lola come to him.
Twin does have a light lead, and he continues to get these charged Bifflers to mark. Slows things down just ever so much. Gives him a little bit more time to hold this lead. A nice dodge from Astro's part, but he ends up getting taken 120 damage regardless. And a second attempt. This one gonna work out far better for Twin.
All right, Twin just needs to land one more solid hit. He can confirm into pretty much anything if he times this just right. Gonna go for a grab right there, but Astro ready with the rush. Totally suspecting it. Health now back into his favor by a slight amount. Twin goes for the super jump. Astro swats him down.
Just one hit.
Oh, man, is that it?
That's one hit for both parties. And it's gonna be Astro with the first final hit.
Astro avoided that while blinded, too. I don't know if he just has bat ears or something, but he used some kind of cue to get out of the way of that. That was nutso. Twin in the back corner right now. Really doesn't want to get put in the hot pocket. Lola does not have a good day right there. Gonna have to get into it to use his rush, but is able to come out victorious in the rush exchange. Drops it halfway through, but it's more important that he knocks Astros down than he actually gets the damage up.
Just continue to try to hold some kind of control, some opportunity for a lead. A nice catch with that. He's going to be able to push Astro back. Gives himself a lot more breathing room. Once again, he's still locked into that hot pocket. Really just struggling to find a way out.
Yeah, it's really hard when Lola is not only taking 3 hits against her walking shield that'll push her back, but a 4th explosion from the nade. It's so hard for Lola to approach. It's a matchup that I know a lot of people just do not feel satisfied playing in. Gets the arm break right there. However, Astro's learning from Hanukkah, I guess, and is going to avoid all those shots while having his arm down. Takes the lead back with that rush, and now Twin is in dire situations.
Twin does have a rush ready. If he gets a good read, sets up nicely with this freeze, he's going to actually drop the dragon, but manages to follow it up exceptionally for 345 damage. Almost gets the grab confirmed. Astro trying to respond with a grab of his own.
Man, those Biffler mix-ups are everything for Twin, but when Astro just refuses to get hit by them, it's not going to be so great. Twin does have his shield up and will not get hit by the rush. Barely avoids getting hit by the explosion from the nade. Flips back to the side after the cancel, but unfortunately, another Bub gonna connect with his lower body and take that for Astro.
Astro managing to, with that rush, just to bring Twin to Magic Pixel, and Astro wasn't at Magic Pixel, so forcing Twin 5-0 to have to start making the advancement, and couldn't keep up. As soon as Astro was able to back off, just Twin could not keep the chase going, and as a result, he got knocked out hard.
Oh man, Twin, I've said this before, I root for this every time since Twin has pulled this out. Twin, bring out that Springman, dude. Dude, bring that Springman out. I want to see it again. I genuinely think Springman has a much better matchup against Coil than Lola does. I want to see it, Twin. Plus, I'll never stop rooting for it. It was fantastic the one time it came out.
You sound like me and Gillyboat Springtron.
Yeah, bring out the spring. Spring out the springs. Let's have some spring cleaning.
It looks like we're going to be going to Scrapyard for the next bout. If Astro is able to take Twin out here, this will be Astro safely making it to Grand Finals. Twin having to face off against Steelhead in the comebacks. Or are we going to potentially see another reverse comeback going in?
All right, same set from Twin. I guess he's just hoping that having less front to back room to work with on Astro's side will be all the advantage he needs. However, getting pushed onto this platform is not great for Twin. It gives Astro all the space in the world to snipe things out from under him.
That said, it does mean that Twin has height advantage. It makes it easier for him to line up his shots and a little bit easier to be dodging a lot of Astro's attacks. We're seeing a lot of that good work already. And nade, 150 damage is a lot in this game, and one solid nade connection immediately putting Astro back in the lead.
Ooh, Twin trying to advance in with the Biffler. Gonna go for the counter rush, able to land it, gets the dragon off of it too for 330 damage. Oh, gets the head of the dragon, freezing Astro. Not a thing we see too often, but definitely a real possibility as Twin is showing us. And Astro is closing in though, gets the grab off right there. Twin down to the last bit of his health. Gonna stay in shield and just back away when he feels safe doing it. Forced to go right by the platform. It looked like he was gonna get sniped down, and again walks out of the way. This dragon doing far more blocking than a dragon has any business doing.
Tries to throw in the wide grab, but these are just not reaching out. Twin patiently trying to play it out, get that rush ready, and just as he does, the nade finds its mark. Astro now holding match point.
Twin needs to close in the distance here. He needs to get that same playstyle he was getting up against Asqew, but against a Coil at close range, man, it's hard. The same rush confirmed though, does drop it, but again, getting the rush exchange is far more important than getting the actual damage. Twin up on platform. What will he do? Astro trying to throw these projectiles in, but the dragon just keeps on blocking.
Twin just doing a monumental task of dancing between all of these shots, constantly making his way out. Out comes the rush, and he's going to go for the punish, not able to make it stick, but only taking 65 damage as a result. Still a very good trade in his side compared to just eating that full power.
Man, the invisibility will really screw up Twin's style with those mono arms and not a lot of spam ability to speak of. Oh no, the confirm didn't actually work out. Thanks again, Coil, slipping right out of the way of the dragon hit. Yeah, Twin's mono arms here really don't help against invisibility. Once Astro holds that shield and disappears, it's free reign to run around the map, and Twin will have to guess in the dark.
Twin trying to set up the grab, but it's going to get a clean bub, just beating right through it. Ready again with a rush, another grab, and this is now Twin's round to be able to claim. He just has to time things out, chooses to throw the rush to keep himself in, but Astro closes it out with an excellently set up grab, and that will be 3-0 in Astro's favor, and allowing him to sit comfortably in Grand Finals.
Man, the safety rush, dude. The safety rush is the classic play to time someone out. And even against Coil, it doesn't work. God, what will stop this monster of a woman?
Probably Arms 2. Probably
God,
Arms 2.
I hope. And it is getting announced this week. For the Nintendo 3DS and Game Gear Micro.
And VR. The VR. VR 2?
Yeah.
Super VR.
Yeah,
the
if
Super
VR's
VR.
so great, where's VR 2?
Exactly.
All right, and that leaves us with only 2 matches to go. Twin versus Steelhead, and the winner of that versus Astro.
Well, I mean, there could be 3 matches. If the bracket reset does end up happening, whichever of these two who make it to face off against him find their way up. Coil is bottom 11 easily. Yes, true.
Yeah, Carter, you do raise a fair point. She is bottom 15.
Bottom 16.
Yeah. Dare I say it, even bottom 17. Some people might even say bottom 14.
I'm going to have to raise you a bottom and say bottom 28.
Please don't raise my bottom, Malik.
Oh, that's terrible. Let's move into the comeback finals here, where we've got Twin 5-0 facing off against Steelhead, which is probably going to be a lot more entertaining than whatever just happened in the last 20 seconds.
All right, do we have stage list?
Also, could we get a confirmed number of grabs that Twin was able to land?
Oh, it looks like we're going to Moz, by the way. If we don't have that set up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they listed bands and not where they're going, and it screws my head and stuff. Carter, that is not an oopsie. That is God's plan. All Buster all day. Oh, we're seeing the return of the Chakram on Steelhead's set. Will he be busting it out? It doesn't look like it. Twin, though, is going to be bringing out that same tried and true.
Okay, so Hema, there were $4. That's all you need to donate. $4 to.
Okay, that's all
Direct
Twin
Relief.
needs to give me. That's all Twin needs to give me to donate to Direct Relief. Got it.
Just donate the $4.
All right, once Twin gives me the $4, I will donate the $4. Oh, that dragon almost set up as a meaty, but Steelhead able to roll to the side, get the grab off. Now that was a Twin play. Another grab. Twin just trying to stay patient in his shield and punish. They go second, but Steelhead making the moves. A
grab attempt. Steel trying to go for a response of his own. The Biffler coming in just in time, and the explosion taking his rush away.
Oh man, now Twin is able to approach, not freely necessarily, but with a lot more safety and peace of mind than before. Gets the freeze off right there. Steelhead tries to go for the grab, is able to get down to the 25% mode, but after being frozen and blinded, actually knocks Twin down.
Diving straight into that nade. Slow and unmoving, it's still a projectile, but that's going to be an even bigger one as it blasts him down. And Twin going to be able to take that first point.
Yeah, he can rush if he wants to. He can leave that round behind.
Heading into the next round, we do keep these loadouts. Twin going to immediately catch up with another freeze, and is just looking to build a confident lead so they can contend with that rush as Steel's already got it up and raring to go.
Man, how is Steelhead so offensive and confident even when frozen and blinded? He keeps up putting out plays that even Twin gets challenged by. He does leap into the air and burns that rush. The Steelhead classic. Twin almost has his rush.
Catches him! You can blind an armored character, but they're still able to act fully.
Oh, there's gonna be the rush confirm. It's gonna
not kill, not yet.
Kill.
But a single hit, if he gets any chip damage on a charged nade, that will cause that self-destruct that we've seen hundreds of times now. And that would definitely be the KO. Steel looking for a single KO hit of his own, and it's the grab. Bringing the score to 1-1 as Twin just not ready or confident in throwing out a grab himself.
Yeah, when you're fighting up against arms that just straight up beat yours in a boxing match, throwing both of them out at the same time feels really scary, and that'll allow your opponent to read into that and just go for the grab when you've got one arm in. It's something Steelhead's taking a massive advantage of. Twin, though, looks like he's pumping up the pace a little bit. Steelhead's gonna punish, though, by doing the same jump into rush.
Tries to go for the grab, but both players going to end up whiffing. Twin slowly building up a rush. Has it ready now, but he's at 50% health deficit. A huge hill to climb. The rush can help, but it's still a lot of work.
Oh, gets the Biffler off right there. Steelhead actually not making any moves while biffled for once. This might be a complete... Oh! Tries to go for the explosion into grab even while blinded. It's not going to pan out, neither is that rush. Twin on the offensive, has his own rush, but he's got to make sure not to get punished for it.
Nade after nade, though, and Twin now cannot take this damage as a grab connects and Twin getting knocked out. Steel will be claiming that first match point, setting himself up with advantage.
And that means we're 2-0 now, I think, right?
1-0.
1-0? Was that only game one? I felt like there was... Oh, I felt like there was a buster in there for some reason.
No, that was...
I don't know why.
That was the busters that Twinned and Astro went to. Yes.
Cheat them, dang it. All right. All right, but man, confident showing from Steelhead there, even while he was literally frozen in place and had no idea what his surroundings were. He really just didn't care. He really just kept it going.
That's the power of armor. That's the raw strength of being brass. Is once you're rolling, you can kind of just keep on rolling and you don't have to worry about nothing. Chat's starting to call out for Snake Park. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing that. It is very unlikely that we'll be seeing that.
Let's say yet. Keep it as a yet. We will not see it yet.
Looks like we're going to be heading to Temple Grounds next. These two diving in, Steel, Twinned, Temple Grounds. Words. Drama. Energy.
Lights, camera, action. Let's get it on. Steelhead sticking with the double nade setup. The Dragon Beam gonna sweep from behind the pillar. Twin gonna get the initial freeze. Nothing much coming out of it, but another one is gonna put Steelhead in the same position. Oh, almost jumps into the third, but he's gonna be safe. Oh, the double punch gonna be punished by a dragon, and he's gonna get the grab off of it. Now we're seeing Twin 5-0 in his prime form.
Another knockdown, and Twin just rocking this, and he's gonna be rolling with a perfect here, getting that first point.
Oh my god, it really is the year of the dragon for Twin. All right, what's gonna be coming up? With so many of these pillars destroyed so early on, Twin won't be able to get many of these sneaky little dragon drags left. But he could get one still if Steelhead keeps walking into them like he does. I think Steelhead's going to have some ferocity in this fight, though. He cannot be happy about that perfect.
And he's not going to be, as he starts with a quick grab. We do have a rush of bait come in, and the excellent punish as Twin just calls it out, and even takes away Steel's rush, the grab attempt there, keeping himself rolling happily and delightfully.
Oh man, I think if we've all seen cams of Twin when he's in tournaments, we all know right now he's got that jaw dropped and those eyes angry. We are definitely seeing Deadeye Twin, man. This is Twin's true power.
Another blast. Steel lands the grab, keeps himself going with a bit of tempo. Any character can come back from here, Brass especially. But Twin does have a very confident lead, and an excellent grab is going to balance the score to 1-1.
Oh my goodness. Twin, I don't know what mental trigger snapped in his head, but it's definitely been the thing he needed to snap him to the edge. All right, and after a like 25-second game, let's see what they're going to be banning here.
Well, they're probably going to ban Snake Park, unfortunately. It looks like...
Barring and Mauzo, all right.
Yeah, the close range ones. He wants that room. He wants some space. And as good as Buster Beach can be for a lot of people, Twin's one of the few players that you generally want to try to avoid taking him to the beach, because he just knows that one like the back of his hand. And he's taught so many people the lesson to not take him there.
All right, we saw Twin versus Astro here before, and he might realize that if he gets Twin onto that platform and stands underneath him, he really can just get some free pot shots going up. It's a really bad position for Twin to be in. Hopefully he doesn't have to adopt it too early on. Unfortunately, he has to adopt it early on.
I mean, he does have a pretty confident lead, and it does make it a lot easier for him to get some of these pot shots. But Steel gonna just jump up, throw out a commanding grab, and immediately throws him back onto this lower platform, giving him a lot more even grounding. Tries to go for the grab confirm, but these pillars just too close to him, and ends up interrupting him, blowing Steel up in the process.
Yeah, while Max Brass does have really wide shoulders that can help him cover a lot of area, it also does mean his arms are fully exposed when he's standing behind the pillars. Goes for the rush right here. Twin able to just walk out of the way and get his shield up. No fancy maneuvers. We will not be seeing any weird punishes. Twin gonna go for his rush right here. Does try to shield the nade, but drops the shield too early, and Steelhead will cuck him out of it. Now he's gonna go for the bounce cancel. I don't know if you knew about that tech, by the way, but you can do this thing I invented called bounce cancel. New tech, look it up. It's not anywhere. You'll never find anyone talking about it. Steelhead down to the last 25%. Twin looking to zone him out from the top platform. And Steelhead does have the option to just jump up and grab him if he gets up here. Will he be able to do it, though? Twin does get hit by the rush at just the longest part of the range and will get smacked down.
Steel getting a really nice first point there. Looks like Twin does have a rush ready. Has a potentially might be able to find his way around. Just get some good cap pressure in. Steel just gonna quickly buff up and keeps going in with the chase. This is one of those stages where, especially if your opponent doesn't immediately go in, it's safe to charge up. It's safe to go for EMPs. It's safe to buff up. It's safe to get Dragon Arms. It's safe to take 330 damage off rush.
And And Twin in this back corner here. Steelhead is pinned against the back platform. Very little room to actually maneuver. Now that Twin is going in, he did get Steelhead down. He cancels the auto deflect and is able to get the grab. Steelhead now at the last sliver of his health. I don't think he can even take an uncharged Biffler. Oh, 2 of the hits connect, and that's going to be enough to take the round.
Immediately turning things back. Score is now 1-1. Twin does have a rush just about ready, and this time Steel is now going to be the one fully charged up and ready to go in with the hunt.
Twin on the back platform. Steelhead getting the knockdown. He will be able to get down to that position where Twin is going to have a hard time sniping him out. If he's going to burn that rush, though, Twin's going to have a lot less to worry about. Going to move forward, cancels out the nade with the dragon. Tries to catch Steelhead with the dragon, too, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, a nice catch! That won't be a shield break, but it is very close to being able to do that.
Oh, gets the pin down right there, but Steelhead hits him before it can go into effect. Blinded again, but still makes big plays during the time. Twin going up back to the top platform, cucking Steelhead right there, gets the freeze. And the Biffle knocks him down again. Arm heavily damaged. Ego possibly heavy damage too. He cannot have much confidence after getting hit by these 3 times in a row. 4 now.
Out comes the rush, and that's going to be a safe block. Actually ends up feeding Twin with a rush of his own and setting up his own demise as Twin completely baffles him down with Biffler ink marks and sets up with a 2-1 advantage against Steel.
Yeah, Steel needs to make some kind of change here. At long range, at close range, it doesn't really matter. Steelhead has been getting beat out.
When looking for a chance to get that rematch against Astro, I don't think Steel's had a chance. No, he hasn't, because he had to face off against Twin before to be able. No, where was Steel? Where's Steel? Oh, he got taken down by Gilly, so he had to make a complete lower bracket run. He had a literal comeback bracket run and just blazed his way through in glory to make it to this position. I don't think he wants to lose it here. I think he wants to go the whole 9 yards, 10 meters, the whole kilometer. And we're going to be seeing if that's potential with Via Dulce as the next stage.
Yeah, this stage should be argued as being advantageous for both players, but with Steelhead taking the early lead right here, it's definitely one that favors Max Brass as it's famous for doing. Though if Twin is able to push him back far enough, he can really run a zoning game on him. Looks like Twin doesn't even want to keep any distance. He wants to get in close and play dirty.
Just keeping these pokes. He kind of has to keep the pressure going, because as much as you can zone out here, it really requires you to be doing a perfect job for your opponent to be respecting your desire to zone, because you back off and immediately your opponent now is like, oh, I just get to gain neutral here. And we saw that with just how Steel's immediately turned this match on its head again. This is not a good stage for Lollipop. It can work sometimes, but these narrow hallways just make Lola an easy target. Unless you're starting to get these good, excellent reads, you're just going in for this damage. And now Steel has lost so much ground, but he's going to be able to close it out still. Just enough space to be able to snipe him down.
With Twin unable to capitalize thanks to the auto deflect, Steelhead had a pretty much free action right there to take whatever advantage he wanted, and he capitalized on it very well. Will get hit by the Biffler. Still going to make the double punch plays, though. Twin trying to zone him out as much as possible. Steelhead with no buff up does have to worry about getting hit by pretty much everything. Gonna throw Twin, though, into the back corner with the buff up. Doesn't have to get a charge up. Doesn't have to do anything. Tossing Twin into the building and keeping him in another type of corner.
310 damage, and Steel, again, running a very dominant bout right here. Almost gets another grab. Twin now ready with another rush. He is just getting pelted by blinds and pressure. But even through all that, he's getting those nade connections, looking for one final hit to take Twin out. Twin doing his best to try to take the wheel, but a good grab is going to be enough. Score brought to 2-2, and now it's anyone's game.
That grab put everything on the line. Twin had rush, and if he popped it, that wouldn't have been Dunzo Funzo, but it would have certainly have not been the Funzo part. Oh my god. This is Twin's counter pick now, though, and that can be everything.
And it looks like we're going to be going to DNA Lab. Good stage for Brass. Good stage for Lola Pop. I'd probably say it's better for Lola here, but it can go any way. And we'll have to see which way we do choose to go as we dive right into this final match.
All right, Twin. I'm honestly surprised Twin hasn't brought out the Hydra. I mean, Biffler does provide a speed advantage, but it would give him a much easier time knocking Max Brass down when he's in the buff up mode, which has been when Twin has been taking a lot of his damage.
That said, this stage is very spacious, and it gives Twin a lot of room just to be able to stall out those buffed up modes. Just holding out his time, making sure that Steel isn't able to hold out and get that pressure.
Ooh, first pillar down. Steelhead has nowhere to hide, but right now trying to move behind the second one, but it's taken down as well. Twin moving in as much as Twin, normally moves in. Gets the freeze off, not able to capitalize. Steelhead with the rush, gonna jump up.
Oh no!
His nade clipped right there. Twin expecting that grab, dashing out of the way, but not gonna be able to get out of the way of that nade. Everything is mounting up against him right now. Tries to get behind the pillar for some solace.
Twin just looking for an opportunity to get a charged Ice Dragon, especially with Steel capitalizing on these tubes, this spacious design, giving himself a lot of time to buff up. Even with Twin having a very predominantly long-range loadout, it's just maybe a little too long, which means that Steel's just finding all these rooms, all these little angles to be able to keep himself in a very strong and advantage position. And with that, an excellent 320 damage rush means that he's only looking for one more grab.
Yeah, how do you beat out a bouncing Lola? Just grab the shield. The fundamentals of arms apply to the air as well. Good play right there. God, Steelhead makes nothing but big plays. Even when he can't move, even when he can't see, even when he probably shouldn't, he makes those big plays, and they keep paying off consistently.
Whiff with the grab. Twin thinks he sees a moment, and Steel actually backs off into that rush. And that's going to start this round in very much favor to Twins. We do see that we're running out of pillars. This one full health one, that other one, only a single hit left on this final second last pillar, and we're going to see it downed. Actually, no, that one is also damaged. It might only be able to take 1 or 2 hits. A nice break on the grab.
Yeah, when in doubt, biffle it out. Those 3 hits will definitely find some kind of mark, whether it be the nade, whether it be Max Brass's giant body. There's never a reason when you're in this situation to not throw it out, unless they've got a rush. Twin definitely seems scared of that, but he just needs one little poke to end it.
And there it is!
That's gonna be it!
That's gonna bring it to a final round. This is game 5. This is match 5, final round. Whoever takes this will be advancing against Astro Ninja. No holds barred. Full rush ready.
Steelhead getting the early advantage right there, getting the buff up and the nades. Twin confined to the back corner, both of them going for rush. Twin, despite having the mono and the lighter arm, able to punch him out of it. That's going to be a lot of damage to Steelhead and his mental game, potentially. But he doesn't seem quite frazzled. Big Phil knows no bounds.
A freeze. Going to get caught by a second one. Nice catch on that grab attempt, keeping himself away from even more damage. But Twin is holding a very confident lead. Steel has to find a chance to buff up. There's no pillars to protect him anymore. This is definitely working out much more in Twin's favor, as it's just this giant open field. That could have been the KO right there if Twin just went for the rush. Both players.
He might be looking for it right now. He's playing a lot slower of a game, doesn't want to have an arm out and be committed. Steelhead's going to burn the rush, and now everything is in Twin's favor. Gets the Biffler, not able to get the Dragon follow-up, but he doesn't really need it. He's got so big of a health lead.
Tries to dodge.
Not able to land it.
And that is it.
Go. The dash rate is going to do 40 damage, just enough to knock Steel down. Man, it really does come down to see opponent move, punish opponent move.
And with that, Twin 5 will be moving on to Grand Finals to get his rematch with Astro Ninja. But before we get to that, Hama, what are you doing? Hama, we're going to have a quick break. I'm going to read out a couple of sponsor things and just talk about a couple of things here for those who might be interested. Of course, if you're interested in ARMS, you think ARMS nice, you want to see more ARMS, stick around here. Follow me on Twitch. I've got a Twitter as well. I tend to share a lot of ARMS events and going-ons. This channel actually has its own host of ARMS events, the Scrapstar series. Next one will be coming up next Monday, not this upcoming one. And we run bi-weekly things for the NA and EU brackets. And of course, don't forget, where did I put it? There it is. Don't forget that we're currently trying to raise money for Direct Relief. Direct Relief is... I'm tired, sorry. Direct Relief is a humanitarian aid organization fighting the spread of COVID-19 in all 50 states and over 30 countries. Their mission is to improve the lives of all those impacted by emergencies. Link in the chat. Be sure to check that out. As Hama seems very dead set against donating the money that he should be donating because Twin landed those 4 grabs, I will donate that money instead, and we'll double it. I'll actually put $2 for each time Twin landed a grab. I'll also add in an additional $2 for every time Twin lands a grab from here on. Just a reminder too that any donations, any bits, any subscriptions added to this channel during this stream, during the brackets and such, will go towards Direct Relief as well. So if you want to help out Direct Relief, donate yourself. Bits or something here, whatever is good, whatever floats the boats.
All right. What's up, gamers? Howdy doody.
All right,
we're looking to jump in right here to the grand finals. Astro versus Twin. Illusion grand finals once again.
And that will be Twin 5-0. Astro Ninja currently in advantage. Twin needs a bracket reset to be able to take this. A whole hill to climb. But if anybody's able to do it, it's Twin 5-0.
Yeah, we saw him definitely pull off some good stuff against Astro before. Let's see if he's been learning in that time that he fought against Steelhead. While they don't have the same character, they definitely do both have big play styles, and maybe that can help him out. Ooh, gonna land the Biffler into the Dragon. An early advantage going to Twin. Can't count your chickens before they hatch, though. Astro is able to get around pretty much everything Twin sets up there.
Another Biffler. And you're noticing Twin's being a lot more cautious about those grab confirms, too. Just recognizing that Astro kind of just gets to dance around them and stay safe from harm's way. Thinks he sees a rush moment. Does get a rushed Biffler. But he's going to be susceptible to 275 damage as Astro throws out a rush of his own and continues to hold the field.
Getting back up, trying desperately not to get put in those hot pockets, rolling away from it every potential way. He is able to get back up onto the top platform, however, pinned down by this barrier, something Coil just completely ignores. He will have a lot less movement options than he did before.
Out comes another rush. Twin tried to dodge it, but 200 damage again to his face. Astro continuing to hold this field, just staying predominant and confident.
Oh, Coil in the back right here has to worry about all these projectiles coming at her, but Astro so confident, ready to just run out the clock in these last 10 seconds. Twin wants none of it. Gonna burn the rush, but unfortunately, Astro just slides in with his shield. No grab on Twin's side, and that's gonna run out the clock. Astro taking round 1.
Both players sticking with their tools. Asqew going to be coming into this one in a very strong position as he's got that rush ready, just looking to continue to pummel down on Twin, but it's going to be a safe dodge and block.
Right, Twin definitely not wanting to make any moves that are way too committal, way too quick. He's playing so slowly right now. It almost reminds me of the way Astro plays, and a nice freeze into grab. Something you never see on coils. All right, Astro gonna be moving in, though. He's got Twin in the hot pocket, hits him out of the air shield, and gets the explosion to cancel him. Now Astro's coming back with a vengeance, making all this damage just melt off and be put it on the Twin. Push for the rush.
And
God, he's gotten 3 of them.
Another safe block for Twin, who's currently holding just the slightest of health deficits. If he gets a good charged hit or a rush out, that will put him in lead. We do have 40 seconds left on the clock. Again, this is probably going to be a KO, not a timeout. And Astro needs to find some kind of damage to be able to set himself up to get that KO. We do have him in position now. Thinks he sees a chance, but Astro, again, safely dodging right out of the way. Out comes the rush, but it's another safe block. Twin actually holding onto a health lead here with 15 seconds down.
Oh, it looked like it was going to be changing shortly, but no, Twin holds on and gets the KO. The trade comes out entirely in his favor. We'll see if he can hold it on for another round, or if Astro's double nade change will be what it takes to beat Twin this game.
This could be a lot more control, but this could also mean that it's just easier for Twin to be dodging these attacks. They're smaller bodies. It takes a lot longer for them to come back. They move a lot more slower than those bubs. This could just mean that Twin dances around and is going to have a good first point here, but the rush is not going to have any of that as 330 damage comes in and sets Astro up with that lead.
Yeah, Twin really has to worry about when he's advancing with his shield here. If he tries to shield walk and gets double nade punched, he is taking 4 bits of knockback instead of the 2. And not to mention, if he tries to backdash and gets hit for it, that's a lot of damage coming his way. It does, however, allow Twin to play at a longer range since the bub is not going to be approaching him as fast. Gets the freeze right there. Not going to approach, though. I wouldn't either against that rush.
Tried to bait something out, but Astro not falling for it that time. But his rush is going to whiff nonetheless as the Biffler cleans him out. Twin continuing to hold just the lightest of leads and deepens it with the Biffler Ice Dragon combo. 25 seconds left on the clock. He's just looking to try to play things safe. Astro, again, trying to build up another rush, and he's going to have it ready before we come in.
Oh, he does! But he gets hit! Astro just dashes back, hits the double nade, coil changing direction so effortlessly. Now Astro's gonna burn that rush. This will put him in a little bit of a health advantage. He runs away to the back platform, makes it hard for Twin to follow, but Twin does the same thing, and he's gonna jump over that grab and take the game.
And that,
oh, man!
Nade just a little too slow. Not gonna work out, and allows Twin to start off with match advantage.
Yeah, those last second grabs can be what swing games like that, and it can be so hard on your mental when you can't do anything about it. But he timed that jump so perfectly, man. That was beautiful. Mwah.
And with that, that's going to be the first point set for Twin. Looking for some stage bans and how we're going to be following things up from here.
Alright, yeah, this is a hard one for Astro because a lot of stages that benefit him also can benefit Twin in a lot of ways. They're going to go to DNA Lab, one that we've seen benefit Twin quite heavily.
Alright, and I'll get that set up right there. Okay. Twin readying up and set. Asqew sitting back for a moment, maybe considering some new loadout changes. We might be seeing the Toaster come in.
I wouldn't be surprised. There is a lot of advantages Bub has in this matchup, but Toaster is just faster. Oh, okay. What are you thinking here? Yeah. We have a request to do the matches off stream in order to help internet connection. We'll have to think about this. All right. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit more about QR. I am really appreciative. Vestboy, if you're still here, I know I and everyone else in the ARMS community really appreciate you giving us the spotlight here of the Sunday night events. It's always amazing to have just any capacity, like any representation present. And the fact you give us such a good slot and a good chance to shine here is really appreciated, man. Okay, we are going on ahead with the stream, and we're going on to DNA Lab. All right, we do have a switch over here. I think, did he have that Tri-Blast on always?
I know he brings up the Tri-Blast every now and then, but it's not necessarily something that he's utilizing.
Yeah, either way, he's going to be sticking with the Bub Nade setup. Hopefully he finds something in this map that he didn't find on Buster with it. At close range, it's very hard for Lola to get out with the pillars on. And if he's able to get in with that Bub, it will be even harder with that amazing retraction and extension. Right, Twin behind this pillar right now. Asqew trying to pin him down, uses the Invis to mix up wherever he's going to punish from, but Twin just stays in shield. However, the rush is already charged on Asqew's side, knocks him down, and Twin has his own rush, but it's going to be much harder to land since he's visible all the time.
I think we've got 3 pillars down already. Just these two just going at it. No, just 2 of the pillars, but they've Twin's just been hugging this little corner, this little pocket, this whole time, which means that Asqew has to kind of play out of the pillars as well, because he just cannot reach Twin unless he gets close enough. Doesn't really need to though, because he does have the health lead, and this rush is going to help assert that lead.
Yeah, it is much easier here for Twin to play top to bottom height-wise rather than side to side or front to back against this setup. It's one that Asqew has that really can't go up and down unless Coil herself is going up there. Twin needs to find something in these last 10 seconds. I don't think there's enough time on the clock, but stopping Asqew from charging Rush would be a big help.
Last second, and Asqew's just going to be able to continue to build Rush. There is little that Twin could do there. And with that first point going to Asqew in this set.
Right, Twin gonna try to approach with that grab right there, retorting to Asqew's. Asqew's gonna lead off with a rush again. 335 damage. Twin in a very similar position, just on a different side of the map from the last round. Able to get 2 100 damages in though, and that will set Asqew back a pretty penny of health.
Tries to go for the grab, but if that was just a wide grab, if Twin had a wide grab, that would have stuck, but because it was just a little too narrow, means that Asqew gonna safely dodge aside, get some good damage out of that too.
The weight disadvantage that Twin is at is palpable here, man. It's knocking down that dragon and then keeping on going, and Twin has no other options available to him. Asqew gonna go for another rush. It will land. It's not quite gonna kill, but it's really close. Twin needs to pull something out. Gets hit as the shield goes away, and that's gonna be the game for Asqew.
Bringing the score to 1-1.
Yeah, I have a feeling this time around Asqew is gonna ban Buster.
Yeah, people like to think Buster, good stage against Lollipop. No, not against this Lollipop. And everybody's learned their lesson. I've learned my lesson. Steel learned his lesson.
This is going to be a big game right here. Whoever loses this, or would be whoever wins this one. Yeah, whoever wins this next one, if they lose the one afterwards, it's their counter pick for the stage. So winning this game here is everything. This is a big one to win.
It looks like Via and Scrap.
Oh, he let him pick Buster! Astro, are you sure about that? All right, maybe Astro has some kind of change in here that he sees. I mean, he definitely did take the last one. He definitely took the last one.
He took it. They were close, but he did end up taking them. And maybe he's going to be able to roll it out once more. Perhaps Astro's going to have a little bit better of an approach this time around. So far, he's getting a little close to Twin, and Twin just utilizing the Biffler to sneak by and score a free pot shot.
Yeah, it looks like Astro's new approach is to approach. He is getting right up in Twin's face and not letting him back down. Everywhere Twin is, Astro tries to be. However, he does dash into that dragon right there, gets frozen and grabbed. The invisibility paying massive dividends once again. Twin tries to go for a punish, and Astro just retorts, gets the rush off there. Twin down to 2/3 of his health, almost has a rush online, but it's so much harder to land against a coil.
Twin just trying to look for another opportunity to get that rush to throw out and stick. It is so difficult. The timing is really particular, and you have to be able to get close enough to coil. That freeze can open things up. Baits out the rush, though, instead, which is definitely a very wise call, because Astro could have had an easy time just powering through Twin's rush if timing and calling was correct.
Astro looking like he's pretty much abandoned that plan of approaching this, making Twin come to him. He tries very hard. The rush does get punched down, and that allows Astro to stay safe in his shield in the back corner. Now that rush is gone, he's back on the offensive, gets the double punch right there, and Twin is down to the last section of his health. Oh, and just punches out everything. The third and second arms sailing overhead, knocking the wind out of Twin's sails.
Oh, gonna start off with a classic pineapple grab, and that's gonna set Twin with a solid disadvantage. Following up with this rush as he takes 305 damage. Astro now just running a very confident bout into this stage. Worked out once for Twin. It doesn't seem like it's working this time, though.
Yeah, now that Astro doesn't have to worry about Twin getting a rush and can just keep punching him down, there will be no retreat on Astro's side. It's going to be non-stop punches and non-stop approach. Last bit of Twin's health remaining. Astro has his rush. Anything Twin does could spell the end for him here. Goes for his own rush. Is able to land the first bit, but coil is coil! Oh my gosh, that hit stun, man.
It do be that way sometimes. And with that,
sometimes.
Astro now
really
2-1 lead. Loses once in neutral against coil, dies.
All
That's
right,
a mood.
where are we going for the potential last match? We might be just going right on back to Buster, though I don't think Twin is one to see a cause and go back to it if it didn't work the first time.
I'm just gonna get this set up while we're
Twin,
waiting.
though, bring out Twin, bring out the Springman though. Twin, bring out the Springman though.
No, Twin, bring out Springtron.
No, Twin, bring out the rep from Arms 2 actually. Bring him out.
No, Twin, what you need to do is bring out the new the next fighter for Smash. Whoever we see next Twin bring out for this bracket is confirmed the next fighter, the fighter that's coming into the Smash Brothers.
That's true. That's what Sakurai told me. He's actually sitting over my shoulder right now and telling me this.
He's actually right beside me too. Like he just.
Oh, he actually. Oh my God! He actually Springtron in Smash.
Springtron confirmed in Smash Brothers. Everybody.
God. I wanted this. Twin. Oh my God! I wanted this so badly. He's got. I think almost the same set that Astro has minus the Bub is going to be switched out for a Roaster. The twin deflect, man. It's been 84 years, but is he here? Gonna go for the early EMP, actually able to get it off safely. Astro trying to punish it, but to no avail. And that's the one thing that can charge down a Coil, man, is a charged up Tron. Twin sticking to the back still. You can definitely still tell this is Twin 5-0 playing it. He really wants to get up that EMP before he goes for anything big.
Out comes the rush, and Twin gonna safely block it down.
Yeah, unfortunately for what Twin's doing right here, against Coil, you really have to get in as a deflect character. She will shut down your deflects, especially if she's able to have time to charge up those nades and explode you. You gotta go in. Oh, able to get the explosion. Cancels out the grab, but not much else off of that. Twin's fighting for his life out here.
So far, he can fight for all of his life is worth, but right now it is not worth much. It's looking as Astro is just pounding him down, and these nades just continuing to give the hardest of times for this Springtron.
Man, Twin does still have this. He does still have an opportunity, but he's got to make some serious playstyle adjustments. He's still playing the Dragon Biffler set in a different body, and it's not going to work out. The switch over to Double Glove will definitely help him keep up some speed, but if he's not able to actually approach and get in on Coil, it's going to be a bad time for him.
Indeed. I'd probably say Springman definitely would have been a better pick here, as the Springtron just cannot find these EMPs, and that's going to be a heavy rush, continuing to whittle away and just burn down Twin's very fragile health meter.
Right now, Twin does have Astro into this back corner, though. He could start making some big plays. Goes for the rush. Astro tries to break it up. Does end up getting a shield there. And it's not going to do much at all, though he does still have plenty of health to work with. Twin at about half. That pillar gone. All of them absolutely decimated. And that could be big for Astro.
Out comes the rush. Twin gonna safely...
No! He's able to get out of the way of most of it. Only 160 damage. Twin limit on a prayer, though. Doesn't get hit by the 100. Only gets hit by the 50. The grab not going to connect. Both of them throwing them out back and forth, back and forth.
And that is it.
Oh, man.
And with that, Astro will be taking the bracket. 3-1 and closing out this Quarterly Rapport. Twin 5-0 taking second place. Steelhead third. HanukkahJamboree fourth. We got Astro and Ripha. Asqew and Ripha sixth. And then Treebird and Kumo in top 8.
Oh man, interesting top 8. I think this is Treebird's probably first top 8 ever. Good upsets by him. Interesting plays by Kumo. Interesting. Everything was fantastic to watch. This was one of the best tournaments of all time, man. Whew.
And with that, we are done here. Hamma, thank you for commentating with me. Again, where could people find you if they think you're cool and all that? You might want to see more.
Yeah, if you want to find me right now, you can go to my Twitter on Twitter. I can hit backspace instead of the R again. Twitter.com/flow_Hamma. And very shortly, I will also be going live on Twitch with some Slay the Spire. So if you want to head over to my Twitch, I should be there in like 10-15 minutes.
And of course, you can always find me right here. Be sure to follow. Thank you to everybody who followed already and has led me to being over 1,000 followers. Yay! If somebody could tell me the amount of grabs that happened in that grand final match as well from Twin 5-0, as I said before, while Ham was away for a brief moment, I will be adding that to that pool, doubling it, and donating it myself. So thank you all for supporting and watching, and I'll also be adding in all of the bits and subscriptions that we got along the way. From here, though, we're going to send some love to the final stream, the grand finale. We've got Dead or Alive being ran right now with Uggs Live hosting the stream. So sit right back, stay tuned, more will be on your way. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night. Ciao!